Good evening, namaskar, and welcome. My name is Peter Abraham, and I'm delighted once again to welcome all our viewers to yet another live stream here at the India Online Poker Championship, the IOPC, which is taking place on the virtual felts of SpartanPoker.com. And today is the most awaited final table of the entire series. More than 130 tournaments that have taken place. And this is it, folks. What everyone's been playing for, the big daddy, the big one, all the cookies in the jar for the winner of this main event. Let's take a quick look at the proceedings so far. And before we begin the stream of this 3.5 crore guaranteed IOPC final table of the Crown main event, let's take a look at what the other winners of the tournaments have achieved in their hashtag Mission Khazana. And well, they have all received a treasure chest, which includes a scroll of honor, a badge of honor, and some exciting treasures. And well, those are some nifty little gold coins that you might be seeing in that chest. But chocolates, gold, utna bhi humko, as much as we like the metal, we're not going to be giving that much away. But yes, that's plenty of stuff that these winners are going to be getting. And yes, still a fight on for that 1 crore guaranteed IOPC leaderboard that's going to take place. So let's have a look at that IOPC leaderboard, which is being led right now by T2 Tauji, which is Anuj Yadav, who's got 19,249 points. And then we've got, following relatively close behind, a difference of 2,000 points, that's Spectre, who's Bhanu Prakash KC. Fantastic consistency by this particular player. He's won the last 2 IOPC leaderboards as well. Then you've got Abhijit Kumar playing as the Supreme One with 16,000 points, followed by Poker Noob Anirban Das. And then you've got Plus EV, that's Tanmay Banara in 5th position, followed by Neeraj Kumar playing as Jannat 52, Aman Parekh as Karma Poker, Abhishek Singh Goindi playing as Mamba Mentality, and you've got Suraj N, who's Mr. Beast at the virtual felts. And last but not the least, a familiar name in Kunal Patni, who is playing as Nuts today, Bluff tomorrow, rounding it off with 12,226 points. These players have put in an incredible grind over the schedule of the IOPC. And fair enough, they are in the top 10 for a reason. And they will claim the biggest chunks of that 1 crore leaderboard that's there. Now, again, I've been joined in the commentary booth by 2 fun people with me. And first up, the funner of the 2, if I can say, is, of course, Zarwan Tamboli, who's got several major titles to his credit, including a 10K freeze-out championship at the India Poker Championship, an APT Macau title, the Asian Championship of Poker in Macau as well, the WPT in Vietnam, and many, many more. He believes in the cause of charity and donated all the winnings that he received as part of the Poker for a Cause COVID relief tournament that took place not too long ago. And he's also played for 2 marquee charity events like that one and the virtual poker tour as well. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Zarwan Tamboli to this live stream. Zarwan, welcome. Nice to have you here, sir.
Thank you so much, Peter. It's great to be back again. And yeah, can't wait to see the winner of this crown.
Lovely. And of course, along with Zarwan, we are going to be joined by one of the leading ladies of poker in India, Kanchan Sharma, who recently added another feather to her winning hat by winning the Sprint DST event in the National Poker Series with a gold. And she also finished 4th in the FTS main event on Spartan Poker in November last year. And this fearless queen of online poker has also coached the Bengaluru Legends team in the Poker Sports League's Season 3 Virtual. And without further ado, let's welcome our second co-commentator here, Kanchan Sharma. Welcome, Kanchan, to the live stream.
Hi, Peter. Hi, Zarwan.
Hello, Kanchan.
Hello. Thank you so much for that introduction. And I'm gladly waiting for this.
Lovely. Now, what we're all here for, that massive final table that we're about to witness of the Crown, the IOPC's 8-max Crown final table is here. It started with a guarantee of 3.5 crores, I beg your pardon. And for a buy-in of 11,000, the players will now be playing for the biggest chunk of that prize pool, which eventually ended up being 3.75 crores. So that's plenty of prize money to go around. But of course, like they say, the juice is in the top half. And this most anticipated events winner is going to take home 57.26 lakh rupees. 57 lakhs. That's buying a house somewhere in a big city like Bombay. So for sure, there's going to be that massive prize money. And let's not forget, a diamond-studded gold crown accompanies that prize money too, as well as that treasure chest that I mentioned, which has a scroll of honor, that diamond-studded gold badge of honor, along with other treasures. Let's take a look at the payouts. Like I mentioned, 57.26 lakhs up top, followed by 33.2 lakhs for second place, 20 lakhs for third place, well, almost 21 lakhs for third place. And then you go all the way down to 8th place, which is the min payout that all of these guys are guaranteed, and that is 5.56 lakh rupees. What a fantastic situation for all of these final tablists. Amazing prize money involved here. And well, that goes along with the fact that the IOPC is the biggest series in India. And fair enough, it draws all the cream of the cream, and the top talents of the country are playing in this series, are playing in this main event, the Crown. And not surprisingly, we've got some big names from the domestic circuit who are part of this final table. And so first up, we're going to take a look at the chip leader. And that is a name that is very well known to a lot of poker players who play this lovely game. And that is, of course, Aditya Agarwal, who's playing as Yennefer. And Aditya is 37 years old. He's based out of Calcutta. He's pretty much been the torchbearer for Indian poker over the course of the last many, many years. And he stood second in the Macau main event not too long ago, as well as winning the IOPC Super High Roller back in July 2020. And following him is a player known as Siddhanth Kriplani, playing as Pluribus, who has won the Game Changer 3.0 on Pokerbazi back in July 2020 for a sum of 40 lakh rupees. Just getting back quickly to Aditya Agarwal, he's leading this final table with 125 big blinds. That's 17.5 million in chips. And he's followed by Siddhant Kriplani with 13.36 million in chips. That's 95 big blinds. Third position, you've got Ankit Bajaj playing as On My Mac. And Ankit Bajaj stood fourth in the Millionaire on Spartan Poker. He also won the Millionaire Series back in December and won 6.46 lakhs in the Millionaire Series in December, and also has won the Destiny tournament. And he's got 62 big blinds behind him. Next up, we've got Vaibhav Temani playing with a very cool ID, All In Pav Bhaji. So Vaibhav is, well, there's certainly no lack of creative nicknames here. Vaibhav has won the PMVS main event on Pokerbazi for 8.61 lakhs back in December 2019, and he's got 51 big blinds behind him. The next player after that is a relative unknown, in fact, quite unknown. We only know his username, Guru, his or her username, Guru. And Guru has a stack of 31 big blinds. Next up, we have Vinay Rajpal with another cool username, Beep Beep, I'm a Jeep. So Vinay Rajpal playing as Beep Beep, I'm a Jeep, won the GG Masters for 72K back in 2020. And he has 19 big blinds in his stack. Familiar name coming up, who's pretty much the top of that IOPC leaderboard I mentioned not too long ago. Anuj Yadav playing as T2 Tauji, who has won the Millionaire Legends for just under 50 lakhs, the IOPC Super High Roller for 35 lakhs back in July. And he's obviously on top of that IOPC leaderboard. Came second in the High Roller not too long ago in this very series. And he's got a stack of 13 big blinds. And last but not the least, another familiar name in Mayank Jaggi playing as Keep Hustling. And Mayank, who was the 6th place finisher in the Win Summer Classic back in June 2018 for $56,000. And he also won the IOPC Super High Roller event for 15 lakhs in Jan 2018. He's the short stack at this table with 830,000 in chips for about 6 big blinds. So it should be a pretty interesting spread of stacks across this table. Zarwan, let me ask you first, obviously Aditya Agarwal, no doubt about the fact that he's pretty much, the torchbearer for Indian online and live poker for that matter. So I'm certainly looking forward to seeing him in action on this final table.
Yeah, so am I, Peter. I mean, it's just unbelievable. He just comes, वो कहते हैं ना, he came, he conquered. ऐसा scene है आदित्य अग्रवाल का. I just see him during the IOPC and mostly during the main events and the high rollers and all those events. Yeah, I mean, he's so consistent and he's number one for a reason. And he time and again proves that poker is a game of skill by final tabling every main event. So
Absolutely.
yeah, he's an absolute beast, and I'm railing for him. And yeah, if I had to put money on somebody, it would obviously be him.
Well, Kanchan, obviously, Aditya Agarwal is probably like the granddaddy of Indian poker, no doubt about it, with the kind of achievements he's got. But the rest of the table are no slouches for that matter. You know, we see some familiar names on there. I believe you've played with some of the other players as well, Kanchan.
Yes, I have played with most of them, and definitely like there's some consistency. Like you can see T2000 there, though he's sitting with a short stack, but he's shown like how good he is. And then there's Plurables, there's On My Map, and I'm sure like most of us and everybody in the poker industry is rooting for Jennifer, and he's got like undoubtedly he's got the most skill edge there. But yeah, like I think Plurables and On My Map has got decent stacks, and if they double up or probably have some more stacks like chips, they can probably give him a good fight. I wish they do, but definitely like it's going to be an interesting one, and they're paying for a huge prize pool. So let's see. Like I can't wait for this to start.
That's right, 57 lakhs up top. That's a pretty healthy first place prize money. And no doubt, while that will be on the players' minds, there's also something to be said about I would say, the resume of all of these players who are there at this final table. It's going to be a really tough battle, no matter what their stacks are. No one is out yet, and no one can be counted out till, of course, the final hand is played. And we're all looking forward very excitedly to see what is going to happen in the course of this final table. In the meantime, though, it's time for that contest question, which we keep firing out to you, our viewers. And in this particular contest question, it's going to be giving 2 tickets away to the 6.5 lakh guaranteed, the race tournament, which will be played tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. So here is that question. Which theater in Arizona once hosted a game that lasted 8 years? I mean, we talk about poker being a grind, but this one went on for a number of years. So which theater in Arizona once hosted a poker game that went on for 8 years? Make sure you get your answers into the comment section of the live stream, no matter where you're watching it, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube, across our channels. Get your Spartan Poker ID along with that answer. And if you're one of the 2 lucky winners, you will get a ticket into tomorrow's race tournament, which has a 6.5 lakh guarantee to it. And that's going to be played at 9:30 p.m. tomorrow. So make sure you get your answers in there. It's time for us to begin the action very shortly. I believe the cards are going to get up in the air right now. So let's check the action. And here we go.
Good luck, all.
Yes, good luck to everyone.
And everybody's got a big stack. Like most players are sitting with like, let's say 3 players have like more than 60 bigs. So it's going to be a long one. And I'm sure like Jennifer, like I think so Jennifer is not going, if we're going to see a heads up if he plays heads up now.
Wow, I was just counting the number of. He has more than what, 120
Yeah, it's not like
blinds?
120.
121 when he
Wow.
started the final table. Yes.
In fact, he has
Damn.
2 stacks. Like F2D, I was watching the F2D also. He had 2 big ones, and for the longest time, like his second stack was also like he was second in chips. And yeah, then I guess one hand happened, and he finished 16th. His second stack, he like busted 16th for the second stack. So definitely, he's one of the best we have.
Well, our viewers are firing those answers in there, and make sure that you also get a chance to win a free ticket into the tournament tomorrow evening, the race tournament. And all you need to do is answer our context question in the comments. Also, tell us hi, let's have some fun, and make sure that you're here with us right through. We'll try and make sure that we bring you all the possible action across the course of this final table. It is an exciting one because of the kind of players that are involved on this FT. And I think, there's no lack of talent for sure here, Zarwan. I mean, given that these players have probably played with each other a bunch of times, I think everyone's going to be just a little bit cautious. Maybe the short stacks really don't have too much of a choice here, but people are going to be a slightly cautious given stack sizes and reputations as well at this FT.
Yeah, absolutely, Peter. I mean, talking about reputation, I mean, Adi will look to like maximize his stack and play it to the best of his capabilities, and I'm sure he'll do it well. He's been there, done that n number of times. Talking about others, I'm pretty much impressed with Titu Tauji in talking specifically because we were just talking about him and Spectre on the other live stream the other day, and we were talking about the race between the two for the leaderboard. And I believe he's won it probably, and Spectre is second. So I'm pretty impressed with that. And hats off to both of them for their consistency and for their efforts. Like we all know the kind of hard work, dedication, focus, and all these things. What is required to
I can see
last for
Kanchan
these 21 days?
I can see Kanchan just doing a mental shake right there. क्या ये बस हो गया ये grind यार बहुत कर लिया इन लोग ने हमसे नहीं होगा भाई.
Definitely, like I'm so not meant for this, and I've said it multiple times. Oh, keep hustling doubles, and
Yep.
सिर्फ
There we
इक्के
go.
थे यार.
The bullet's not cracking for once.
और बटन पे इक्के थे सिर्फ. Easy life.
And I guess, all in Pav Bhaji opens. I was not expecting he'll open here, but good to see.
All in Pav Bhaji. Come on. It's just fun talking through commentary with these names.
All in Pav Bhaji. What does this ID mean even? I mean, I'm thinking about that. उसका मतलब क्या है?
I think he must be like a massive fan of that dish. So I don't know. I'm all in no matter what.
He loves Pav Bhaji.
Chinese खाओगे नहीं all in on Pav
Pocket
Bhaji.
Kings for Yennefer. He'll get a little bit of action from on my Mac, I think.
Yeah, he might call.
He'll call.
Yeah.
Probably he'll just see the flop. They're pretty deep, so it's a standard call there.
Thankfully, he has no piece of the board. I guess he'll just give up on the flop. Yeah, I guess he's going to play very passive. There are a lot of short stacks on the FT. So, and he's got a decent stack. He's third in chips, I believe. So I don't think he'll do anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to go out of line.
Exactly.
Anyways.
And he should not. He's right. Like rightly, he should not. He should wait for the short stacks to bust. And
true that. Not small money at stake. This is the pay jumps and all that matters a lot. It's the main event.
Like one of the best players in the country. So you don't have to do much there.
Every decision is going to matter here on this table right now.
I'm really interesting. I'm sure it's going to be interesting to watch how Pluribus plays. He is one player. Even Regs have a hard time playing against him, and he's also a Reg. But he came in industry 1.5 years back, 2 years back, and he's just crushed it. He has won every tournament, most of the tournaments on every side, and all big ones. And the way he plays, you don't see usually players playing that. He'll do some creative moves. He'll have some unconventional plays, and that's just great. It's great. And even on the FTs, he's not scared of money at all. So I'm sure it's going to be interesting heads up if it's between Pluribus and Yennefer. Let's see.
Well, our viewers have been kind enough to inform us why All in Pav Bhaji is the ID that it is. All in Pav is, of course, a well-known poker player and streamer. And तो थोड़ा देसी तड़का लगा दिया वैभव तिवारी ने और थोड़ा भाजी डाल दिया एंड में All in Pav Bhaji. And so therefore we have that particular username. I would love to know why Beep Beep I'm a Jeep is the ID of what's the player? Vinay Rajpal. So if someone has any inkling there, please feel free to share that in the chat, in your comments. We'd love to know why that username is what it is. Lovely. Getting schooled in the art of poker on the virtual felts and on naming conventions as well.
Like nobody is even talking about who's going to win it today. Like no, Peter has not even asked any of us. He's like so sure that Yennefer is going to
No,
take
no,
it
I'm
down.
not sure at all. You can never say anything in poker. But the fact is, ladies and gentlemen, that the trend of the chip leader not winning in these IOPC tournaments has been broken, and thoroughly so, in the course of this IOPC series. In the last three streams that we've seen, the chip leader has gone on to win it. So, hey, that's pretty much how the trend has been. So I'm not going to say anything. Things can happen in poker that we have no idea about. So just be patient and watch the game like the rest of us here in the commentary booth, and we'll soon know who is going to lift that crown and 57 lakh rupees as their first place prize. There should be a good hand with some
Siddharth
action.
just loses some chips there.
Yes. And that big bet on the turn.
Yeah,
like,
and on the turn, I was just saying about either 90%
Yeah.
pot and.
But that was good, Guru Jam. Like I'm not sure if call. Like he could have called, but a lot of times River will go check. I don't know, might not, but yeah, most of the times it might go check, and Pluribus won't convert that hand into a bluff. So good that he jammed and he's got good 63 lakhs now.
गुरु हो गए शुरू अभी फिलहाल के लिए तो शुरू हो गए देखते हैं और कहाँ जाते किधर तक जाते हैं अभी
Oh, he was leading a lot of tournaments last night. So I saw him in like 60L also IOPC Superstar. So he's been doing good. I see him making a lot of deep runs.
Well, a bet of 5.5 lakhs there into that pot.
Bet, call, chop it.
Yeah, this is what I meant by, players being a little coy at this final table. They're not going to necessarily go too hardcore, and that hand pretty much ended the way we expected it to.
All right, keep hustling has picked up a hand which he can call, or rather jam and a raise. This is standard. Raise, jam, and Guru will he'll call or he'll let it go. I think he'll call. Yeah.
I'm not.
I've seen good players folding this hand. Yeah.
Yes, I might. I don't know what I would have done.
I mean, it's marginal, I would say.
Yeah, Queen Jack suited, I might have called, but I really don't know, like GTO wise, if to call or not. Are you calling? You folding here?
But that's what good players do, right? They fold, and I would. Even I would fold probably.
Yeah, I might have folded. Like Queen Jack suited, I might have called, but Queen Jack off, I would have folded. And there's
aces for Yennefer.
Well, and pocket fours. So
इतना stack है पत्ते नहीं चाहिए यार. ये ना इंसाफी है. एक तो stack भी मोटा और पत्ते भी मोटे-मोटे आ रहे.
Wow, discipline from keep hustling just got out of the way.
Exactly. Kings, aces. He laid down nines apparently to a UTG Open. I just read Patni's comment. I missed the hand actually. So that's pretty commendable.
Okay.
Nice lay down. I think he had queens, the UTG guy. Wow.
Yes, for viewers who are missing Gunjan Mal, he was supposed to be a part of our schedule, but unfortunately he's a little bit under the weather. So, you're going to have to contend with the three of us. But I'm sure he will be making sure that he tries to get onto the stream that we do for the Masters table, where we will crown the mastermind of this IOPC, which is going to happen a couple of days from now. So make sure you come back for that. All the top winners going to grind it out for that particular title and for that glory and prestige of winning and being the best of the best. Fun champion, thank you so much, man, for all that info. It's really interesting here to see the explanations behind some of these usernames. Very cool. Pluribus was one of the first AIs that was designed. And what was the other one? But even that messes up. Pocket jacks, no doubt.
So keep hustling has slowly chipped up. And it's going good. Oh, as I speak, He picks up ace king.
Might just get to chip up a little bit more if someone else decides to get cute in this hand.
Yes, I think he'll
That's
jam.
a jam. Yeah, that's a jam. Snap jam.
He's not getting any more money.
मतलब आदि के ओपन पे तो मतलब वैसे भी एस किंग तो कुछ किसी के ओपन पे भी जैम ही था, बट एस 10 और एस 9 सूटेड भी होता तो आई थिंक एस 10 सूटेड भी जैम कर रहा था वो.
Yeah, and there are few players in the industry like you just scared playing versus them, and he's definitely one of them. Harsha is one of them. Like you just don't want to play post flop, and yeah, I know that's not the right thing to do, but you know the skill level, you know they have that edge on you, so
Yeah.
it's better to play pre-flop and yeah, not to get yourself involved post-flop a lot.
Okay, set mind किया जाएगा. 3 लोग set mind करेंगे.
Yeah, Purabus is definitely calling now.
Oh, it's been a while since we've seen 3 pairs on a final table. So,
and a very clean flop for Guru. So there's not much danger there.
I think on my map polls, Purabus also won't continue on the flop. Oh, and he checks.
Oh, it's not a nice turn for Guru. I mean, on my Mac, I don't think he's checking back queen there. So Guru को अगर डर होएगा तो Pluribus से ज़्यादा हो सकता है.
That's true. He's got a pretty healthy stack. Does Pluribus? That's.
And now there's a flush also on.
Now he should definitely go for a value.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should. Yeah.
Fold. Nice hand. Probably bet अरे flop पे एक c bet कर देते गुरु तो थोड़ा value मिल जाता on my max से. Maybe.
Yeah. Board was queen 4-4, right?
5-5.
Queen 5-5. Yeah, on my map doesn't connect with that board a lot. He can have some queen X's. Like I don't mind the flop check. Turn you have to check. Like you can't bet on that queen. I think.
It's a spicy
ना उसके बाद चौक गया थी. इसके लिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ सी bet करना चाहिए था.
Well, that's an aggressive move right back by the pav bhaji. लगता है कुछ ज़्यादा मसाला आ गया pav bhaji में. But the pocket jacks ain't going anywhere of Guru.
Wow.
Let's see what he does with this one.
I'll be surprised if he converts ace queen into a bluff on the river.
He gave up.
Finally, he slowed down and decided to let it go. And now Guru is just going to like, thank you very much.
भाई मुझे धक-धक हो रहा था. अरे जैम कर देगा फिर river. फिर गुरु भाई सब क्या करेंगे?
No, I think if he jams,
I mean, it would be a tough call, man. Yeah.
Like
I mean, that would be like Jedi mind trick kind of a call. It would be insane.
That's a very tough spot to call there. We really can't call with jacks there.
I mean, Pav-Bhaji. Yeah, sorry. I mean, Aulin Pav-Bhaji would have obviously realized that Guru has an overpair there. So it was just about whether he needs to pull the trigger or no. I mean, and he kind of said, "नहीं भाई हो गया अभी call आ जाएगी तो GG है इधर."
YouTube probably jams. I guess he'll get a walk. Yeah, nobody's going to call.
Right. If you just joined us, make sure you get into our contest question, which is going to give 2 lucky winners a seat into tomorrow evening's The Race tournament. And the question was, which theater in Arizona once hosted a poker game that lasted for 8 years? Get your answers in there with your Spartan Poker ID. And we will announce the winners in the course of this live stream. So make sure you get it in on whatever platform you're watching this live stream on.
So, Arvan, how did the IOPC go for you?
I just played 2 events. Yeah, so it was good. Right. Yeah, that's it. I just played the Crown and the yellow high roller.
Oh, you played yellow? I have no idea. I have started playing yellow a bit, but I don't play tournaments at all. Like yellow tournaments, I haven't played ever. All right. This is going to be an interesting hand. Jennifer has got ace king. Keep hustling. I don't know what keep hustling does if Jennifer 3 bets.
And he does.
Oh, he lets it go. And he did not even give it a thought. It was a snap fold. I would have taken
Yeah,
some
this
time
is, I
and
think,
then
one of
probably
those
decided.
reputation and big stacks coming
Yeah.
into play in this
No,
one.
especially versus Yennefer, because he's going to 3-bet aggressively there. Guru can't feel much.
Hmm.
And it's cutoff versus button, so ranges are also sort of wide. Like it's not EP versus MP 3-bet. So, but I don't know what I might have jammed like being the short stack. Second championship, yeah. Second shot is stack.
All in on a call, and T2 Tauji doubles up. Let's go, T2 Tauji.
All
Well,
short stacks have doubled, and
Yeah,
yeah,
we
it's
don't have a
looking a
must
little
out
more
yet.
even now than when it began.
अभी थोड़ा balance हो गया है table.
yeah, beep is the shortest stack.
Yeah.
Beep, beep. Come on, beep, beep.
He's not played a single hand yet, I think. I don't remember him playing a hand or
Beep,
He
beep.
did play
He
that
pushed all
hand.
in and sort of got a few chips in that one a few hands ago.
Oh,
but
okay.
That was about
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
I would love for
This
Beep
is
Beep
one-
to win the tournament because beep beep just do one of those roadrunner
What does
kind of
beep
sounds.
beep Amaji? Oh, beep beep usually वो ना वो ये इसके लिए होता है beep beep सेंसर करने के लिए तो वो है क्या?
No, again, Fun Champion came to the rescue and he mentioned that it's like a music track, but even he's a little unsure. I mean, I
Okay.
think it's a he. So Fun Champion told us it's a music track, and that's the name of that particular track. But
चल
he-
गुरु हो जा शुरू. Okay.
There we go.
Defend.
And for our viewers who are just tuned in, welcome. You have not missed out on any major action just yet, no bust outs or anything. But it's quite the power-packed final table here. Couple of big stacks here, but no one's giving anything away. And certainly with 57 lakhs at stake for the top prize, I don't think anything is going to be given away in a hurry for sure. And if you can see our players, every profile here, except for two, carry a badge next to their profiles, and that signifies the titles that they won in various tournaments. The Millionaire, the IOPC, and FTS, these are the kind of tournament titles that these players have won. All in Pav Bhaji is not one of those winners, neither is Guru. They'll be hoping to make a change and add that little bit of bling to their profiles soon enough.
Absolutely.
I'm
I
seeing
would've bet
like
that
power
flop.
packed hands. Sorry, Kanchan, you were saying.
Yeah, I think I would have bet that flop, and yeah, like there's a lot of range that Purvis folds on the flop. Because once you check, definitely he's going to bet on the turn, and then you have no idea what you're doing unless you hit an ace or 10 there. So I'm not sure about that check on the flop by Guru. But alright. Every second hand, somebody has ace king. Every
Yes.
second hand.
I was just about to say that, we'll see a little bit of garbage and then suddenly there are like a bunch of nice hands in a row.
All right. It's
All
time
right.
for beep beep I'm a jeep.
क्या उसे पाव भाजी मिलेगी?
Now we आएगी. Oh my god, what a flop. All
Oh.
right. He breaks it.
So close, but
GG.
Pav Bhaji has decided to keep it all for himself. And that's GG for the first casualty at this IOPC, the Crown main event final table. We have just lost. Beep, beep, I'm a Jeep. I'm really sad to see that ID go. And that is, of course, where's that list? Yeah, where Vinay Rajpal, of course, is that player who just got eliminated at the hands of All-In Pav Bhaji. So well played to that gentleman, and with a prize money of 5.56 lakhs. I think that'll soothe some of the pain. But now we are down to 7.
मसाला तो था flop पे बराबर से
Yes.
मस्त. Nut flush draw.
Kept it interesting.
lot of equity
Clean
there.
नहीं रखते ना मतलब कुछ तो चाहिए ही spice. That's what poker is all about. धक धक तो होना चाहिए. It would be, hey bhai, that guy would be like, oh my god, नहीं spade नहीं चाहिए. Drama
He
चाहिए.
actually- oh, and I like the jam. Good jam by Keep Hustling. Because Pluribus is going to be pretty aggressive, especially
Absolutely.
from this position. Because Yennefer is on the small blind, he's not going to do much. But I'm sure he will do when he has a hand. But this is the only position he's not going to be like very aggressive. So I like that he can open wider range there. I like the jam.
Deuces for all-in pav
See an
bhaji.
open, and be interesting to see what does Yennefer do here. Does he 3-bet or he cold calls?
Yeah, I think he'll 3-bet.
He'll 3-bet. Hey, आधी
Yeah.
है 3-bet आनी है confirm. Oh, good call.
Calls.
All right, taking it easy is Yennefer there. That's Aditya Agarwal.
Yeah, but I don't like opening deuces from this position with like 30 bigs. I guess deuces, threes, fours don't really play well, and you need more higher cards, like more like yeah, basically blocker heavy hands, ace highs, king highs. Like probably ace deuce is much better to open. Yeah,
That's a very cute bet on the turn.
yeah. Let's see what Yennefer does.
SS post. Yeah. I mean, doesn't that show weakness? Either मतलब मेरे पास set है या मेरे पास कुछ नहीं है.
No, that doesn't. You check your entire most of your range on the flop, so I think it's fine to bet. Jack is good for both ranges, interact with both the ranges, but I think it's fine to bet. In my opinion, I would have gone for the small bet because deuces has no showdown value. Like any card on the river is vulnerable, and you are not sure what to do. And especially with opponent like Yennefer, like definitely he's not good. Like I don't think he's most
True.
players were going to check back on the river with ace 10. So
Nice and pav bhaji. In short.
all in all, he's playing aggressively. Like he's opening,
Yeah.
he's check raising, he's betting turns. Interesting to see. Like they're not scared of money at all, and that's the good thing. Yeah, you can't be like if you're scared of money and playing these FTs, then most likely you're not going to close it.
Same
You
with
have to
Siddhanth
bet
actually.
this spot.
2-3 hands he's played pretty aggressive. I mean, he lost trip in those hands, but that doesn't.
Yeah, he's definitely. I'm
Good to
sure
see
the
them.
entire industry knows that he's not scared of anything or money or title. He's going to play his hand, and
Pretty much seeing whatever you, I mean, told about him, I can see right now the way he's playing.
yeah, but he's very good. Like I really
Yeah.
like it because yeah, but he really puts you in a spot, and that's a good thing.
Well, I'm guessing On My Mac is going to try and play it a little coy there. That extra spade, not really going to make him too happy, but hey, a set is
Yeah,
a
I
set.
think we see a bet on turn. Yeah,
And standard, as they say in poker. And the bullets make an appearance once again.
yeah, but he's not getting paid. Nobody's even feeling.
Yeah, he's going to have to play.
बहुत
range.
दर्द होता है यार, एसेस पे पेमेंट नहीं मिलती है.
सबसे ज्यादा दर्द होता है जब big blind पे aces होते हैं and you get a walk. Like I guess that's
Yeah, that is what tilting.
come on, it's at least open. Like it. Oh,
एक बिग ब्लाइंड तो दे दो कोई मतलब.
we can see some action.
Wow. We were talking about all in pav bhaji.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dug
Playing
himself a
fearless,
little bit of a
ये
hole
कुछ-
here.
एकदम ही फ्री हो गया.
Wow.
I don't know what to say. Like I'm not doing that. Most players
अरे
are
थोड़ा
not
मसाला
doing
आंख में चले गया लगता है.
that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
but
at
I
least
don't
he let
like
it
the
go.
jam from one man act. He's in the position he can definitely call and see the turn. He's not scared of anything with aces there. If he has 10, like you probably have to pay him off. I would have just called and let all in pav bhaji probably bet turn and do something because he cannot go with on showdown. Like he has no showdown with deuce eight there. But some crazy play here with deuce eight getting 3-bet.
Might get a little bit of action with the King 10, but no. And once again, almost as brutal as not getting any action with aces, pocket kings there, just picking up the minimum for Anuj Yadav playing as T2 Tauji. I think by
On
virtue
my
of just
Mac
making this
काफी-
final table, Anuj has pretty much sealed up the IOPC leaderboard. And what a fantastic performance by him. Amazing
In fact, with a
consistency.
massive lead, I was seeing the difference between first and second. I guess there's a difference of 1,500 points. So that's
Almost
not
2,000 points
yeah,
actually.
yeah, that's huge.
Yep.
So That's great. Like it's impressive to see like people grinding like these leaderboards. It takes hell lot of patience and discipline and everything. Like you have to be consistent with your lifestyle for those 20 days. You have to sleep properly, eat properly. It's not easy for sure. And TD, I remember he wasn't training for the long time, and he came back for IOPC, and he just crushed it. He crushed it left, right, and center. So that's great to see.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Winning two big tournaments in the course of one night alone. That just happened a few
Yeah,
days ago for T2 Tauji.
yeah,
And
and
it's
he
the
finished
reason why he's
second
gone
in
up there.
second in the high roller also. He's got
Mhm.
multiple titles this series, and he gets kings, and I guess he gets paid
Chalo!
this time
It's a...
by
Wow. I
button.
feel
Come
bad for
on!
keep hustling. He's not gonna
Yeah,
hustle here at least.
He's
He's gonna get hustled
पेट्रोल छिड़क
rather.
दिया अभी टेबल पे बस माचिस डालना बाकी है. Come on.
ये बेचारा हसल हो जाएगा.
Oh no,
uh,
Mayank Jaggi, what a time to pick
I
up
feel
pocket
bad.
jacks, my
Button
friend.
it's
में
not
Jacks
over
आके
yet, guys. It's not. Oh, it's
Oh
over
boy.
now.
And as much as Kanchan
GG
Sharma
Jaggi.
wanted something else to happen,
GG, GG.
sadly, that has gone the way of the Kings. And Titu Tauji eliminates another player in Mayank Jaggi, who plays us Keep Hustling out in 7th place for a payday of 6.65 lakhs. Well played to Mayank Jaggi. What a great final table to be a part of. And while he didn't go the distance, it's an amazing achievement nonetheless to have. It's a pleasure just to be nominated. You know, it's one of those things. So,
Yeah, like making FT of this tournament is itself a victory for you in a way.
yep.
And you have to be thankful and just thank poker gods that you ran good and you made the FT. And rest, you have to play well. Like definitely making a FT of this tournament in itself. Like I'll be glad if I make the FT of this main event.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for him. He got a few double ups, and then he chipped up also a little bit. He was playing very well. He was playing
Yeah,
solid.
definitely.
He jammed that ace ten hand also, which was perfect. And picking up jacks on the button and seeing kings is a little disheartening. So I feel for him.
That was a
Nevertheless,
pretty miserable hand in the last one for Pluribus. It ended up being a split when he was leading all the way through, and that last
top two,
card on the
yeah,
river. Oh, the river,
back
the
to
river,
straight
oh, the
pull, yeah.
river.
बचा
I
लिया
think
ऑलिन पावभाजी ने
Yep.
वो
Pluribus will
चॉप
see
करा
that.
के.
And Pavaji's been
Yeah, I
looking
think
for an
it's
exit
a
really quick out of this FT, but still hanging
wow.
on.
Yeah, okay, 30.
But
Yeah,
just see how
I'm out.
Yennefer is playing. He's not making, like, he's not doing anything at all. He's seeing table is pretty aggressive. People are opening hands like fours, deuces, and you don't have to do much. Like, they'll keep getting eliminated, their short stacks, and he'll play, like, he'll pull the trigger at the right time and score.
Yeah, that's what good players are all about.
Yeah,
Gear कब change
exactly.
करना है सब पता है.
Yeah, you
So
don't, like, there are few players who just go mad aggression when they have the chip lead, and that's actually not the best strategy for playing these big tournaments or any FT. Like you have to wait it out and
I
you
think
have to
that's
see how the
perhaps
dynamics of the table is. If there are like few aggressive players playing everything, and you can easily get the page on them.
I think that's perhaps the reason why there has been a bit of a reversal in that trend where we didn't see chip leaders, taking down those titles, despite in some cases having a massive chip lead. But we've seen
Right.
some very controlled play, some very controlled aggression in the course of the last few final tables. So it's good to see that players are really valuing, their stacks and their positions and making sure that they grind it all the way to the end.
Yes, definitely. Like I have seen few FTs where people have like good chip lead, massive chip lead, but they're opening every hand, junky hands, and that doesn't make sense to me. You're definitely like going to give double ups to people, and
Yep.
that's going like you're going to put yourself in a spot. And
Well,
here we get a 3-bet.
we were just talking about this.
yep.
Yeah, this is a great hand, right? This is a great
Yeah.
hand to 3-bet. And plus, Pluribus really doesn't know what to do with sevens there. Like even jamming, calling is
I
also
think
doesn't make.
I
It's
think
not
he'll
going to make
fold.
a lot of money.
Oh,
Yeah,
he called.
I assumed he's going to call, but
All right, interesting. We're gonna see
Yeah,
a
I think a heavy
steep
bet
bet
here
from
is
Adi
going to...
for about 14.
yeah, I think we'll get a 25%, 30%
Yeah.
3-bet here.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
it's
right,
a big
a bit
one.
more.
Around 45.
Boy, this is a tough spot for
Yeah, he
Pluribus to
actually
be in.
sets the SPR one on the turn. Like Pluribus is going to be scared calling with 7. Oh, and
Oh
then
my gosh,
Wow,
what a
calls.
card on the turn for Pluribus.
Say,
Boy, Siddhanth Kriplani, it seems to be your evening, sir.
I think Adi will just give up now. What a gin turn for Siddharth.
definitely.
नो स्ट्रेस. अभी टेंशन ही नहीं, मतलब अच्छा कॉल किया, ठीक है फ्लॉप पे. अभी तो टेंशन ही नहीं. आओ आओ.
Oh, and he jams. This makes
Yeah.
like actually this jamming here, it makes it very easy for Yennefer to fold. Like
Yeah,
I would have
absolutely.
gone for a smaller bet here. You're not scared. You're like
Yeah, but
you
with a
are
one card, a
scared.
straight draw, flush draw. So, I mean, yeah,
Yeah, I
betting
get
or
that
jamming,
argument.
almost the same.
Yeah, but still, like you have a set on that board, and I don't know. But Pluribus has got the chip lead now, and it's
Maybe
going to
betting
end.
the turn would show a lot of strength and मतलब sets it'll मतलब चिल्लाएगा अरे set है मेरे पास. So that thought process से he probably jammed. He maybe अगर overpair with a diamond से call आ जाए तो like kings aces with a diamond.
Yeah, but nobody's calling with an overpair. I don't think. Are you calling there? Suppose if you have kings with king of diamonds, do you call?
No.
Matlab you actually playing
It's
for
a
the
very I mean there's no way. What bluffs or what am I beating there on the turn? That's what I'll ask myself on that
yeah,
flop.
and plus you also have to see future game. You're in a comfortable spot. You've got massive like edge on the table.
I
And
don't need to call sand and
yeah, I'm
put
sure
myself in a
Yennefer.
position. Yeah.
Yeah, most players are not going to call that jam, even like maybe with king of diamonds.
And with that last hand, Urubis takes the chip lead
Yes, there is some change.
for the first time on this final table.
It's
Let's
not
see.
much of a lead, but
Kab tak rehta hai.
any
Yeah.
lead is good at this point in time. Always good to have those extra chips. And just to make
Adi
sure
picks up a hand again.
we might see some more chips swing this way again. Ace-7 suited from on my Mac. But he'll be quite wary
guess
despite
he
having a good
Will he
position.
3-bet you?
No, I think he'll call. You have the position. Oh, he doesn't
Oh.
even make the
Wow.
call. I would have called there with a 7 suited. I'm playing in position. I don't have to do much. I'll see the flop.
मैं तो
and
थ्री
probably
बैट कर
decide.
देता. अरे आदि अभी जस्ट उठा रहा है, थोड़ा टिल कर रहा है, ये थोड़ा वाइड ही होएगा, थ्री बैट कर देता. ये 7 suited. ओह लवली.
That's
No, but
right.
Adi is, well, I'm sure these guys know more. They're playing and they're more. They have more idea of what's going on. I don't think Adi is playing that aggressive. He has because he has controlled aggression every time he's shown some hand. And, yeah, especially from button. Like maybe if you're playing out of position, small blind, you have decent chips. You can sometimes 3-bet, but oh, and we see a 3-bet.
Lovely.
Yeah, this is what I like about Pluribus. Like most people will just call 6-7 there. Like you won't see them 3-betting. And
Yeah.
but he knows he's got the chip lead, he can dominate, he'll get like a lot of folds, a lot of his range will just give up pre-flop. And
Yeah, a lot
he's
of the
going to
dynamics
flop.
has also changed now.
Right.
Front seat अभी सिद्धांत ने ले ली है.
Like now you will see actual aggression, like how chip leaders play. Like that's going to be great.
So Gitu Tauji on my Mac Guru, probably they all have similar stacks. All in Pav Bhaji is little shorter. And then comes Yennefer and Pluribus.
Yes. T2000 online Mac Guru they have to play very carefully right now. They all have, like as you said, they have equal stacks. There's a lot of ICM on them, and they have to kind of wait for all in to bust. And all in Pav Bhaji is anyway playing very aggressively, like he's taking every spot, and I guess they're aware of it. And let's see this hand. He's got a flush draw. Yeah, I don't like checking here. Like this board interacts with your range a lot. If he has ace king, he's going to 3-bet pre. If he has aces kings, he's not going to slow play any of those hands. And I would have bet like 25% C bet here. And yeah, now you have to give up.
He made it easy for Titu Tauji rather by checking there.
Right.
Just like
Yeah.
so,
And specifically a board like Ace King, anything like Ace High both, King High both. It's a range bet for you. You should go for a smaller bet, 25%, 50% bet.
talking about Titu Tauji, 57 up top plus 30 for the leaderboard, I guess. 30, am I right, Peter? Sorry to correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep.
30 lakhs for first place. 87 lakhs. उसमें 30 तो locked है और कितनी आएगी देखना है.
Exactly, 30 is already got. Like,
Yeah.
leaderboard is over.
Wow. मुझे तो 3-4 दिन नींद नहीं आएगी यार. 8 लाख जीतता हूँ तो मैं 2 दिन बचता हूँ. वो
Says the man who's won a whole bunch of tournaments. उनको 2-3 दिन नींद नहीं आएगी. People like leisure players like us, we probably won't sleep for the next month or so if we were to score such a huge amount.
बात तो शायद नहीं है, but 3-4 लाख के बाद तो आ जाती है, ऐसा नहीं है. I'm sure that
What a wonderful performance, to really a testament to not just the gameplay and the mental fortitude that you need to compete at these high stakes sort of events and tournaments that we're talking about, but also just the sheer physical requirement of grinding these long hours. And poker is certainly a sedentary sport, and for these players to put in the kind of time and effort that they do, fantastic.
21 days playing for 16-17 hours straight. It's not easy, man. It's not easy.
It's definitely not.
Kings up for Guru. I don't think he's going to get too much love in this particular pot, even though Pluribus has a piece of that flop.
Yeah. Did he bet flop or turn? I'm not sure. Did he bet the flop here?
I'm not sure either. And Peter looks blank as well.
So don't look at me for what happened, man.
Follow that action.
We should know this.
I don't remember what I ate for breakfast this morning, so certainly these hands are going by so fast. Yeah, that's pretty much how it is.
DM को देख के काफी गुस्सा हो रही होगी that they don't even know what's happening on the flop.
That's
it's
why
all
I'm
right,
missing
viewers.
GM right now. क्योंकि हर hand इतना मस्त वो break करता रहा. अरे ये है ना ऐसा. मैं देखता ही नहीं, वैसे सुनता हूँ क्या बराबर. Okay, oops, nice turn.
Thank you. Sandeep Bhatnagar says that flop was a check, Kanchan. He didn't bet on the flop.
Thank you so much, Sandeep.
Thank you, Sandeep. Thank you, Ravinder. Thank you for the heads up. Heads up, hey.
Check.
पाव भाजी बड़ा टेस्टी लग रहा है. अभी थोड़े और चिप्स आ गए, थोड़ा और टेस्टी हो गया.
Yes.
And
अभी और मसालेदार बनेगा.
More masala in that one, as Zarwan says, with those nice little eights. Not too much happening.
I opened Queen Jack there. I remember he opened fours sometime back. 4s or 3s, one of the smaller pairs. I would let these smaller pairs go and probably open these Queen Jack, Ace High, King High hands more. Like they block 3-betting range, they block all those sorts of range that jam.
All in Pavaji deciding not to mess around and just putting it all in there with his eights. And a quick fold by the rest of the players on that last hand.
I think Guru will just fold. He decides to call.
Yes, Ramesh. Unfortunately, GM testing is a little bit under the weather and therefore not a part of this commentary panel. But we wish him well and we hope he gets better to join us on that Masters table that we will see a couple of days from now. All the top winners from this IOPC series going to battle it out at that IOPC Masters event and being crowned the mastermind of the IOPC series. A tremendous honor in its own right, no doubt. And the bragging rights of being the best of the best.
Peter, tell me, how does it work? Suppose T2000 won 2 of the main tournaments and he's going to play the SMG for it. So he gets 2 stacks, or how does it?
I'd love to answer your question, Kanchan, but I don't know. But I will find out.
Yes.
जो second है वो event में उसको seat मिल जाएगी. The bigger one.
The second
Yeah, because
certainly
that
would
actually
be.
makes it very interesting. Somebody is going
True
to
that.
start with like 2x of chip lead, and that
Yeah.
gives you a massive.
And I
edge.
also had a question, Peter. Is there any prize money attached to the tournament or something, or it's just for pride?
No, there is some prizes that's part of it.
Oh, nice.
We will get the
Okay.
exact breakdown of what those things are. All these tough questions. थोड़ा poker के बारे में बात करें? No, well, they asked me poker questions. So there we go.
उसके लिए कंचन है ना.
The one thing that I want to ask you guys, and because I know you all sort of come from slightly different schools in that sense. Zarwan more of a live player, although you do play some online. Kanchan more of an online player, although you have played a little bit of live. You know, all of these players that are there, T2 Tauji, Anuj Yadav, Bhanu Prakash, Spectre, since we're talking about the IOPC leaderboard, what kind of a change is it, you know, when you've been grinding at these online tournaments and then we hope live events begin soon enough? How much of it would be like a task for these players to make that shift from online to live, you know, because the last couple of years now has been pretty much online. So is it going to be a major shift, or are they that good that they're just going to find it seamless?
I think it's going to. It's not the same. Definitely, when you're grinding online, there is more. You're playing many tables, right? You're not playing one table or two tables. You're grinding like at least 5-6 tables at a time, and you've got hard. Like most players are using hard these days, so that changes a lot. Plus, yeah, like live is more fun. It's more interesting for me. But I guess there's less variance in online, and you have more edge on like when you're playing online tournaments. At least I feel that I've got more edge when I'm playing online. Like live is not my forte, but let's see. Like I'm sure it's going to be interesting to see. I'm sure you will see a lot of probably the way I played when I played IPC last time. You don't see a lot of tech raises. You don't see a lot of aggression when you're playing live. People are playing straight away and straight up. I guess that will change a lot now. Like because people have grinded so much online, and there's more aggression when you're playing online. I feel the players are more passive when you're playing live. I just feel that maybe because you're just grinding one table. That's the point. Yeah.
You feel the same,
do you
Zarwan?
think, Zarwan?
You agree with what Kanchan is saying?
Yeah,
Disagree,
I
यार.
agree on a
थोड़ा
few-
मसाला डालते हैं यहाँ पे. All in Power Ji is
Yeah,
carrying the only
उधर I
masala
agree
stack at this
to disagree
FT.
times. Yeah, थोड़े बहुत
नहीं,
points पे
मैं
agree
believe
तो-
नहीं करता हूँ ये मिलॉर्ड.
No, I mean, yeah. See, both have their own like perks and own skill sets. है मतलब, for me, I don't like online that much because it gets too boring and monotonous after some point of time. And बैठे रहो एक ही
Spoken
screen
like
के
a live
सामने,
player.
start 6-7 table grind करो, button click करो, and you know it's not my kind of a thing. I like playing live on the table, talking to people, having fun. You know, the table talks, see. थोड़ा बहुत live tells, reads, you know, all those kind of things. So मेरे लिए वो सब matter करता है because I've played live almost all my life. I mean, all my life, मतलब I mean to say since the time I've been playing poker. So yeah, so it's to each to its own जैसा thing. And I think Kanchan started playing poker online through online.
Right.
I started playing poker when I was in college in the backseat गाड़ी में 4 friends के साथ सीट के ऊपर. उधर से मैं गया घर पे, friends night out and you know poker night sessions during sleepover and kind of thing. And then I went to the casino when I was like 17 years old, when I was not even legally allowed to go.
How was your first
So all those
experience?
things. Yeah.
How was your first experience with the casino? By the way,
Yeah,
I didn't start playing online. I remember like I used to go for these home games, and Lux was there. There were few players like who were crushing right now. Lux Pal was there, and there were few more.
Yeah.
And I played for a bit.
Sorry
like,
to cut you
games.
off, Kanchan, but we've got an interesting hand in progress.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, let's go over this.
We'll get back to this
Definitely.
after this ad.
I just hope on my Mac doesn't do anything here.
He's got a 3-bet for sure, right? Oh, not 3-bet, jam.
Yeah, he can jam.
He has around 24 bets. Yeah, that's it. Not 24. 20 के नीचे है अभी तो line बढ़ी है. So around 19 bets.
Makes life easy for Guru now. I guess he can let it go because.
I thank you to on my Mac बोलना चाहिए उनको.
Actually, like that actually makes his life very easy. There's a smash ball.
GG on my Mac.
GG, Ankit.
GG.
Well, Ankit Bajaj there, finishing up as the latest elimination on this final table. That's on my Mac is Ankit Bajaj's ID. Well played to him for finishing as deep as he did. And with that finish, Ankit Bajaj, aka On My Mac, takes home 8.79 lakh rupees for his efforts. Wonderful play, and well, not quite the distance, but it's a nice payday nonetheless for Ankit.
Yeah, pretty much a standard hand there. Coming back to what I was saying, yeah, so that's what poker is all about. That's why we love this sport so much. It gives us so much freedom. You can choose what you want to do. अभी ठीक है online खेलने का मन नहीं हो रहा है, चलो live खेल लो. Obviously अभी COVID के वजह से there's not much live tournaments happening, and I'm eagerly waiting for Spartan and for IOPC to host a live online series in Big Daddy. But apart from that, yeah. Probably I agree with Kanchan on a few points also. We can play many more tables and it gets less boring because you have 6 tables or 4 tables or whatever tables to play. उधर एक ही table तुम खेल रहे हो, kind of gets little boring also, and people are a little more on the tighter side also. That is also there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I
Plus point, minus point.
playing online definitely is more tiring, and it gets really exhausting at times. Especially like during these days, because we've been playing online for like 1.5, 2 years now. There have been no live action at all. But at the same time, you reduce your variance. If you're a smart guy, you understand how this works and how the variance of live tournaments is huge.
And with that comment, we've lost Kanchan. I think some audio issues we're facing.
Yeah.
We're back.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Yes. And that last hand taken on by Yennefer with Ace Queen against Pluribus's Ace 7. Nice spot, wow. 54 lakhs in there. Little bit of more juice for him. They're almost even in stacks.
Almost now, yeah. दो big blind ज्यादा है. वो दो big blind भी ये hand में जाएंगे.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of calling 4-5 off here from big blind. But now it's going to be very interesting because T2000 and Yennefer have like close stacks, and nobody's actually a massive chip leader. Pluribus and Yennefer also have very, very similar stacks. And it's going to be a good 3-way if these guys make it to like a 3-way. I'm sure like.
Gatti pe bilkul bhi na fati. That's what. That's a very famous dialogue. I remember Dhaval Mudgal had told me this years back, talking about how was your experience. Yeah, जब मैं छोटा था, 18 साल का था, कसीनो जाता था, वो टाइम की बात है.
Well, we've been playing around with these guys for so long, it feels that.
Yeah, this is what you miss when you're playing online. There is no interaction, there is no fun part. You just grind, you're alone, focusing.
Yeah. That's what tilts me, I need people to talk around. I mean, masti kare. I kind of get under people's skin also, and put them on tilt. ये सब मेरे को थोड़ा ये सब का skill थोड़ा ज़्यादा है मेरा rather than the technical stuff. So
and that's why Zarwan Tamboli is so much of a fan of live poker, just because he gets to थोड़ा खरोच लो थोड़ा सा.
There's this one incident in Macau also which happened. Me and Nishant. And there was Birewar, and I don't remember who, but I significantly remember Nishant was there. So there was this Chinese guy who was like tilting on me, and and I was abusing him in Hindi also. Arey, tu something like XYZ, beep beep things. And even he was abusing me. Arey, tu and Nishant and all was just laughing कि बाबा तू कर क्या रहा है? मैं बोला देख क्या चीना tilta रहा है and all that. And eventually he lost the whole stack to me and went. But yeah. That's what
these are these extra aggressive tactics. Zarwan Tamboli giving all these extra tips. Doesn't have anything to do with the game, but off the felt, it's all that. And a flush draw for Pluribus in this hand.
With you in IPC, and you are definitely a talker on the table. Like, you don't stop.
That's right. We can see some comments. There are some fans of all that banter, Zarwan.
Yeah,
they love hearing all of that stuff that's going on. And yes, we certainly hope that live poker makes a comeback sooner rather than later. And all these things that have happened in the course of the last couple of years will just be a distant memory soon enough. But in the meantime, T2 Tauji, that's Anuj Yadav, picking up a nice ace jack and getting it up to 55.6 into the middle. And
I
no
agree with
joy.
you, Peter. Hoping live poker comes back soon. And अभी बहुत हो गया है कोविड का.
Yep.
वो होता है ना, बस करो पापा जी, बहुत हो गया, बंद कर दो यार, बहुत हो गया, कट डाल गया हम लोग.
I think that's pretty much everyone's sentiment who's been
Yeah.
so used to playing these live events. We've got such good turnouts at the IPC live events in Goa. I think everyone's just missing that social atmosphere. You know, you get to meet friends from so many parts of the country, some from even abroad who come in. Zarwan, you've joined us when you've been based in Dubai not too long ago. It's been
Yes, absolutely.
It's been
I
definitely one of
remember
those things.
I never missed a live online series. I used to fly down from Dubai. I mean Dubai thankfully is not that far, so it was fine. But yeah, as you mentioned, meeting people, playing live, those 7-8 days you have a ball. Winning or losing is secondary. I mean, there's so much fun catching up on people and just trolling each other, pulling each other's legs. There's so much musty, so much fun. I mean, that's what for me poker is all about. You should enjoy while you play. Money तो ठीक है, secondary आता जाता रहेगा. Win, ये loss होते रहेगा. You should have fun in what you're doing, and that's what matters.
And Pluribus having fun in that last hand, his pocket tens taking that pot. Even though T2 Tauji caught a little bit of that with his eights, but not good enough.
Yeah, and Pluribus
Hello. That's a nice flop.
Like, I can see all in Pav Bhaji playing passive now. He's not taking spots. He's waiting for a hand. He knows, like, if I double up, I get to have a similar stack as Guru and T2 Tauji. But sort of a late realization, I say.
Yes, indeed. KP says that if Anuj ends up winning this title, then it will be like a fairy tale ending, no doubt. What a fantastic series. Already, I mean, this would be like, Sone pe suhaga, jaise bolte hain. But even without that title, even the fact that he's just come this far, amazing consistency. Very well played to him.
And I'm sure, like, he's going to, like, one double. He doesn't even need a double up now. He's in the game. He's back, and he's like third in chips now. Fourth in chips. And he has a very controlled game. He's not he's not trying to do any fancy thing. He's waiting for a hand. He knows this is a crucial point. And and that's a smart way to go about it. Like, I really think that's a very smart way to go about it. And we see.
Alrighty, talking about him, we see queens.
It'll be interesting if Pluribus 3-bets here, because he can 3-bet. He's got the chip lead.
We've seen these kind of dynamics between them.
Yes.
Yeah. So
because Yennefer doesn't really get to call a lot versus when Pluribus 3-bets, because he's checking. There's so much of ICM there. And let's see I guess he'll let it go.
Obviously, it's 10 bigs more. He's not calling there for sure. Especially after Adi has opened and he's 3-bet and there's a 4-bet jam there.
Right, but few players don't realize this. Like, they think we can call similar to what we call in chip EV, but that's not how FTs work. Like, you can actually fold versus 7 BB jams, 8 BB jams.
Every big blind matters, and this is like 10 bigs more. So that's it.
Right. Like, I've seen a lot of players calling like 11 BB jams, 10 BB jams, and they think we have to make it a call. Like, it's a compulsory call here because we get those odds. But they forget, like, there is a lot of risk premium attached when you're playing any FT, not just this FT. Of course, there's lot of probably compared to other FTs, there's more risk premium here. But generally, also you should let it go.
Yeah, it applies more on such a big event.
Right.
Like we saw Guru also folding Jack Queen off one button, a few hands. I mean, early on in the tournament, I think there was 6 big blind more, 6 or 7. Yeah. That was a pretty good fold.
We saw somebody else also fold 9, snap fold. Like, I remember.
That was Yennefer.
Yeah, Yennefer 3-bet. No, this FT only. He was on the small blind and he had 10 bigs and he snap folded there. He knew that he doesn't have any fold EV there. Like, Yennefer will have to call. And
all right.
Well, let's see how this hand
Yeah.
plays out. And then it's time for me to go and get a cup of coffee because this looks like one of those final tables that's going to go on for a while. Might as well refuel on the caffeine and come back and see what the action is all about as we wait for Yennefer to take a decision. He's hit his ace on the turn.
Yeah, it's interesting. I guess he'll have to barrel again, all in Pav Bhaji, if he wants to take this one down. And he checks. Yeah, this is not good. Like if you barrel turn, then you rather pull the trigger on the river and put your
We've
opponent.
seen all in Pav Bhaji give up many times on the river.
Yes, yes.
That's been his
Yeah,
kind of a thing. He
yeah.
rarely he's pulled the trigger. Going
Right.
way out of
Flop and
line.
turn he plays aggressively and river he
Yeah.
just gives up. And that's a massive leak in like for
Good.
most players.
I was just gonna say that अगर वो करना है तो मतलब रिवर तक भी जाना है या
Yeah.
टर्न पे ही छोड़ दो फिर मतलब
Exactly.
don't take a
You
stab on the
rather-
turn only.
Right. You rather not bet turn. And anyway, it's a three-way pot. Most of them will have some piece of the board. And yeah, I would have probably. I don't know. Like I probably not bet turn.
Back to top two stacks.
All right, guys, I'm going to take a break. I'll see you guys shortly.
Sure.
All right, cheers, Peter. You get your caffeine. I'll get my whiskey.
I think. What do you do here with tens, Sarwan?
Sorry?
What do you do here if you have tens? Like, what's your game?
Probably Guru UTG Open 3 to 30 bigs है ना? Yeah, I'll also jam. 500 है ना? Yeah, I'll also jam.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I don't know because Guru has been playing like not super tight, but yeah, he's been waiting for the hand. So it's sort of you have to think about when you have tens there because if you lose a flip versus Guru, you become the shortest stack on the table, or let's say second shortest stack. So it's not that easy of a jam, but either you have to go in the tens.
And knowing Guru, he's pretty aggressive also, even post flop. So he wouldn't be like, he wouldn't want to like call a set man and then, get in a spot on the flop or turn and, want Guru to apply pressure on him and, make those
Absolutely.
decisions. So I think jamming there and putting the decision on Guru is the best way to go about it. And it's not पॉकेट 10 है मतलब 30 बिग लाइन 5 है तो और मैं बोल रहा हूँ जैम है मतलब मुझे लग रहा है जैम ही है क्योंकि मैं तो थोड़ा टाइट ही सोचता हूँ
Yeah, it's definitely a jam. Like if you see, I'm sure it's a jam. But when you're in that spot, you're thinking about a lot of things, right? You know, Guru is playing on the table. He's not done anything. Like he's not gone out of line at all. So you are somewhere scared, and a lot of people might just fall or do something else. But I'm sure the right place to jam and get it in, and just hope you don't see a better hand.
Yeah, do that.
Oh, this has become a decent. Yeah, I see T2000 betting a lot of turns for big sizing, which is good. Like you actually put a lot of pressure on your opponent. He cannot call with draws. And a board like this where you see two flush draws and wide ranges, good that he's going for a bigger size. A lot of people go for smaller sizes, and you have to see the board texture. You have to see how many draws are there. Oh, yeah, which is nice.
Yeah, and the turn was a pretty bad turn also. So it was getting dangerous. So that sizing is justified.
And then that's what you're doing. Like if there's a spade or there's a club, what do you do? Like you just fool off.
Yeah.
I like jam. I like to jam here.
Gonna see an open here from Guru. And I don't think he's not getting fold around.
All in Kawadi, I'm not sure. He called with he 3-bet with 8 deuce off. I remember. He can do some crazy things.
वो बटन के ओपन पे था और उसको मतलब थोड़ा सिद्धार्थ के साथ डायनामिक्स भी हो गया था कि हो रहा था. I don't know.
No, it wasn't versus Siddharth. I guess it was versus Ankit, na, when he 3-bet.
No, Siddharth has opened. Or
Siddharth
who's
cannot
the
open now. Siddharth cannot be on button when he's on the big
no,
blind.
he had open button I think और small blind से उसने 3 bet या ऐसा किया और maybe beep beep को 3 bet किया था one of the two. But I remember
I,
big blind पे
yeah,
big blind पे थी क्या small blind पे I don't remember.
big blind he three
Isn't
bet
it?
versus
Okay,
Ankit.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because Pluribus can never be on button when he's on the big blind.
Yeah, तो I think तभी काफी जल्दी था and we were like oh wow 8 से 3 bet आ रही है बहुत I remember Peter saying अरे मसाला ज्यादा हो रहा है and all that yeah. It was beep beep only correct. Yeah. But as we expected, Yennefer and Pluribus not going that much out of line, and they are like taking it easy, letting them
Right.
fight it out, chipping up slowly, or not, if not chipping up, also like maintaining the lead and position, and I mean dominating. दोनों
Yeah.
साथ में एक दूसरे को लेके चल रहे हैं ठीक है heads
Yeah.
up खेलने के बाद में
Same goes for P2000. Like I'm very impressed the way he played this FT. Yeah, he was one of the shortest stacks, I guess, second in chips, and
yeah
he got hands
yeah
also
he's ladder
definitely.
up considerably that's
Yeah.
for sure.
He's playing well. He's taking spots where he should. And that's why he's that's why he's just crushed IOPC. Like definitely he knows it all.
Yeah, it's the last day and मतलब 21 days तुमने focus किया है. This is the last 2-3 hours. I'm sure he's gonna give his all. मतलब the amount of mental fatigue I can imagine after
I can't
21
even
days.
imagine. I've not even tried doing this. Like I give up like on the second or third day only. That I can't really chase LBs. I cannot.
Yeah.
But it's just impressive. Like it's very impressive to see people grinding leaderboards. Like I see some new players also. There's this Tanmay Banara. He's from Agra and he started
Okay.
playing like 6-7 months back and he was grinding leaderboard and I was so impressed thinking okay, like to even make this decision that I'll give it a shot uh, is just amazing. And
Yeah.
I guess he finished fourth or fifth in the leaderboard and congratulations to him, big shout out. And he wins, NFL wins support again. I don't think we'll see any action on this hand.
Yeah. Fold. We've seen oh actually that was Titu Tauji when he defended Deuce 4.
Yeah, lose 4 off. Yeah, 4-5 off. Yeah, that's a little wide. Like you should actually defend more suited hands, and you should not go. Like, you should not defend offsuit hands a lot. Probably bottom should be 7-8 off or something like that. Especially on a table like this where you have a lot of short stacks and you've got some edge. I would defend King 4 here. King 4 suited is a great hand to defend. Jennifer picks up a hand.
They've locked 12.5 lakhs and the next jump is 16.6. Okay, so there's a 4 lakh pay jump.
Oh, this is interesting. Guru opens with 3-5 suited.
Easy
I
jab.
guess easy fold.
Everything was easy.
And he's dancing.
Except the open. नहीं वो दिखा रहा है मतलब अरे कुछ बड़ा फोल्ड कर रहा हो ace 5 suited है at least 5-3 के बदले ace 5 दिख
but I'm not a fan of opening from small blind with 3-5 suited here. Like,
not against Adi in particular.
Yeah,
with
not
that
against
stack.
anybody who covers you on BB. Like
Yeah, I mean with that stack he has.
Right. And even with your
आग से खेलना है.
Even with your premium hands, you can limp and jam. So that's a better strategy because a player like Adi will definitely ISO almost good amount of his range.
Yeah.
So you will get an opportunity to jam 3-flop also. But I guess he was just thinking, I've been playing too passive. Maybe I'll get some respect here if I open.
हाँ काफी टाइम से मतलब शांत हुआ अभी थोड़ा रिस्पेक्ट मिल जाए कभी कभार होता है मेरे से भी होता है इतना हैंड फोल्ड किया हो इतना हैंड फोल्ड किया हो अभी रेस किया अरे मतलब है यार ये ऐसे कब से फोल्ड कर रहा है अभी ये ऐसे
Yeah, I'm
Keep,
sure Adi would have also folded if he didn't have ace queen. He had a premium hand there. He had to get
of
it in.
course,
But
true that.
he would have got that respect if he didn't have the
So does
hand.
that happen with you? I mean, ऑनलाइन उतना नहीं होता, मेरे साथ लाइव में होता है बहुत, कार्डेड रहता हूँ ना, तो यार वो बॉटम में यार इतना टाइम अभी फोल्ड फोल्ड ही किए जा रहा हूँ, चल यार ये रेज हो जाए, 9-10 ऑफ आ जाए, 7-8 ऑफ आ जाए, चल
Uh,
भाई खोल लेता हूँ अभी एक हैंड, अभी रिस्पेक्ट तो मिल जाएगी वैसे भी.
हाँ या वैसे लाइव ऑनलाइन तो कम होता है बिकॉज ऑनलाइन तो काफी
Yeah,
टेबल्स होती हैं सो यू डोंट हैव टू
exactly.
गो
You're
यू
playing
नॉट
like five
एक्चुअली
six tables, तो
बट हाँ live I can
बॉटम
understand this
होता है.
can happen and you start talking in your head to yourself that you will get respect, you've not been opening, you've not done anything,
True.
so yeah it gets sometimes it really gets boring unless we have somebody like you on the table who's entertaining.
Yeah.
Another KP is also a talker on the table for sure.
Absolutely, I love him. I love playing live with him too. I mean,
Not just on live tables, he's a talker on online
as
tables also. Any
that
table if
way,
you're in.
yeah. That I'm surprised because I believe he plays 5-6 tables at least. So then
Oh,
also he's active on the table, and the chatting, the chatte तो चालू रहनी चाहिए. Chat नहीं chatte. Yeah. No, but I love having Patni around, man. Even मतलब in Goa, he's full of life, and आजू बाजू में टेबल के आसपास भी होता है, तो ठीक है, टाइम पास होते रहता है मेरा.
oh, we'll see some action, I'm sure, in this hand.
Yeah.
Surabhi should just call.
I think he'll 3-bet.
I'm not sure. It's a good hand to call and play post.
Because वो काफी इसके और आदि के बीच में काफी डायनामिक्स थे, so मुझे लगा वो लाइन लेगा.
What do you do if he 4-bet jams? You have to fold such a
3-bet कहते हैं, fold कर.
No, but why do you, such a
अभी
great hand
जैम
also.
करने को ही मतलब आदि
No,
भी
I
जैम
think
कर रहा है, तो
I'll
ऑब्वियसली
call.
क्या जैम कर रहा है, मतलब सोचूंगा भी नहीं, स्नैप फोल्ड कर दूंगा, 3-bet करके हो गया.
No, that's not the point. The point is you have so much of equity. The hand plays well post flop, and if you 3-bet, you have to fold versus a 4-bet, no matter if he's bluffing or he has a value. You don't even think it's a snap fold. But at the same time, you can play post flop. You can hit a flush. You can hit straight. You can hit a lot of things. Plus, you're playing versus a button range that is very wide. So,
Yeah.
especially when like these stacks are playing versus each other, they shouldn't do anything out of line right now. They're very close. They have like very close stacks. Chip leader versus second in chips. They should just not do anything that's going to cost them this tournament. I like calling
Do that.
I think we'll see. No action again. He'll open. Full. Oh, he jammed.
2000 and Guru side by side चल रहे हैं. Yennefer and okay fine. Yennefer काफी आगे चले गया है.
Abhi last spot में. Otherwise they had similar stacks. They had 160, 170, I guess.
Around 15 big line. So now we can see Yennefer chipping up slowly and getting in his element, as we would say.
Yeah, now definitely he will go for it. Like he can put a lot of pressure on Surabhi also.
बीच का एक वक्त था, होता ना, the beast थोड़ा शांत था. अभी beast mode on.
Yeah, because all in Pav Bhaji being so short, this is actually a good spot to be like. You can have a lot of aggression when you have this chip lead. I don't think we'll see any action. Yennefer will bet and take it. Yes. I like Guru always tanks and then folds.
दिखाना है यार, कुछ तो है मतलब मेरे पास. स्नैप फोल्ड नहीं करेंगे हम. ये भी गार्बेज सब जगह. Yeah, it was kind of amazing the way we saw so many pockets in the start of the final table.
Yeah, initially
Every
we had a lot
hand,
of
kings, aces, ace king, बस ये तो minimum देख रहे थे हम लोग.
Yeah, I like Yennefer opening. Yennefer should almost open every hand here, and like all of his range should just open and put pressure on T2000. Lot of players limp when they try and see flops. That's not a good strategy. You should, when you have the chip lead, you should definitely go for it and put pressure on short stacks. Like you see, he's opening every hand now, and I'm sure he'll keep doing it.
King, queen off for Yennefer. Another open.
T2000
T2000
can,
will fold. Okay.
yeah.
25 days. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I would have called. Definitely.
I'm not sure. मैं पूछने वाला था ये question. मैं बोला नहीं जान दे.
Not sure.
चलो,
this
jam,
can be something.
jam and a call. Wow.
And he hits it.
What would you do there, Kanchan?
I would definitely jam. Specifically because last 5 hands he has opened, right?
Yeah, I mean, 5-way pocket sevens, so matlab,
right. And you
jam all day.
Shorters, but I guess he just is waiting for all in to bust first.
Yeah.
But, right. I would have jammed for sure.
Yeah.
And
I think it's saved him some chips. He'll flat, he'll wait. Okay, board pen नहीं हुआ. बचा दिए पैसे.
Yeah, I just hope he doesn't get sticky on the river and he gives up.
I think he'll give up probably. Let's see.
It's not that easy. When you're in that spot,
it depends on it depends on Adi क्या size कर रहा है.
Plus, lot of things are playing in your head because
this is the perfect sizing in my opinion. वो मतलब एकदम ये है मतलब call fold types. What do you say?
I don't know. It's a really tough spot for Guru versus somebody like Yennefer who's capable of like bluffing and taking this spot. Really, I'll fold. I guess I would have folded.
But I have a feeling he'll call it.
Yeah, he can get sticky. He can really talk himself into calling here. Good. Let's see.
That's what I feel will happen.
Yeah, you can. Like, you can really talk yourself calling here. Good.
अभी 18 या 19 होता तो या 16 around 55-60% होता तो थोड़ा और जल्दी
I think he'll let it go now. He's
like
I think he'll let it go. Yeah, good fold. Yennefer is taking massive chip lead now. He's got.
That's true. I was just saying the same thing that Yennefer extends the lead.
Guru should fold, yes.
Guru and all in Pav Bhaji have become short considerably.
Now all in actually. Now all in
सबके jam T2. Yeah.
I guess open fold.
Now we will start seeing Adi like actually applying pressure and बराबर से मतलब होते हैं ना
he's been getting
running over the opponents.
But
it's a balance. He's been getting hands also होता है ना right place at the right time. Kind of stuff is happening.
And he's taking spots also. Like we've seen him open all like from every small blind versus T2. All sorts of hand, like garbage hands also. And that's the right play, like as you said.
That's what good players do, right? They make the most of what they get, of what they are dealt, and they can manage with a little bit of mediocre hands as well.
You should not fold any hand there. In my opinion, you should just open your entire range when you have big blind covered from a small blind, and then probably go from there.
Yeah.
This Turibus might jam. Oh, he does it.
3-bet. Interesting. I like that 3-bet there. Whoop. 3-bet again.
I think this hand you can jam, shouldn't? Oh, he calls. You can jam.
अभी last hand ही 3-bet किया था ना तो ठीक है अभी set mind कर देता हूँ.
8 you don't want to 3 fold. especially when you're
Yeah.
playing from bottom. Last hand he was in small blind. He's playing out of position, so that makes more sense to 3-bet and play. H, you either call or you just jam. I don't like Hamad as I don't like 3-betting there. So it's good that he called. I'm sure Pluribus realizes that he cannot afford to lose tips versus Yennefer right now. So he's going to play passive.
This is what we were talking about. He checks there. He doesn't go way out of line.
Right.
He knows abhi control karna hai. And he gets there on the river again. Run like Adi.
I think he will with 8 of hearts.
It's a very nice and juicy bet, I would say.
Right.
So he'll be tempted to call that.
Yeah. Yeah, with 8 of hearts, it's tough to fold. Flop, check, check, turn, check, check. He's only repping King X and pair.
Correct.
10x also bet. If they don't
And
bet
that's
flop,
what he had. And here we'll see all in on a call.
Yes. And Yennefer will pick up some more chips.
Yennefer will pick up more chips. After this hand, he'll go up to 380 and बाकी के पास 137. Yeah.
I like that he 3-bet. He didn't jam here. Not sure. Yeah, I'm sure he'll not make mistake and we've got no.
Tauji is jamming for sure. And let's see whether he gets that jack. Okay, if he folds here, please call Peter. I'm leaving. Oh my God, Peter!
It is actually.
What do you say? You really?
I'm not sure.
Fold, man. I mean, ये तो पूछना पड़ेगा मतलब क्या था ये scene?
Yeah, yes. I would have called.
He has around 16, 17 big blinds.
Yeah, but he does realize that his range is also very, very tight when he's opening on Yennefer's BB.
I think he would probably call a jam there. 3-bet बहुत strong या क्या? I don't understand. ये hand में वो समझ में नहीं आया. Please explain, Kanchan.
Well, I just think what T2 is thinking that he doesn't have bluffs when he 3-bet here. And with that sizing, like he made it 25 and he had 60 there. So he's actually committed. So plus, yeah, like I know Yennefer can have bluffs, but like 99.9% of our population doesn't bluff in the race.
Exactly. So that's what I was telling you. Maybe that 3-bet he showed a lot of strength there, and maybe Titu Taoji said कि नहीं इसके पास है ही वो 3 हाथ जो मेरे से better है.
Yeah, because tens will. Do you think tens will 3-bet? I guess Jacks probably is bottom of his range.
10s, 9s, 8s सब jam ही कर रहा है वो.
So when he 3-bets, he's actually repping, let's say, Jacks plus, and I don't know if it's a good fold or a bad fold. I'll have to run it and see. But I understand the thought process. Like there are actually no bluffs when you do that.
I think Yennefer jam करते तो it would be a
easy. Then he calls
easy call.
Yeah. Then it's a no-brainer call, and he gets there again.
Wow. Run like Adi.
Run like Adi.
River Adi.
You would have called there with Jacks. What do you think? Are you calling there with Jacks?
Yeah, I mean, now I'm thinking about that hand.
Yeah, you just tell me what is his bluff. Like, I can't think of bluffs there when you go for that sizing. There's actually, even
it makes sense. I mean, I would calling the jam quickly and, a 3-bet, it's a very tricky spot.
Right. Like, calling jam is way easier than calling this 3-bet and going, or probably jamming versus a 3-bet here.
But it's not that Adi is not capable of 3-betting.
I'm not saying that. That's what I'm saying. Like, probably he is the only one of few of those players who is capable of bluffing.
So, probably because of that, I'm not folding.
But that's what I was saying. Versus Adi, I would have jammed. Versus any other player, I don't know. Maybe I would have folded. And you do need a lot of discipline to fold Jacks there. Like, lot of discipline. And that's
what Titu Tauji has shown. And rightly so, he's been doing that since the past 21 days. That's why he's on top of the leaderboard and he's won the IOPC leaderboard.
for
It's because
sure.
of these folds, Kanchan. What do you say?
Definitely. It's a very interesting spot. Like I'm definitely going to go back and run it
Yeah.
and see what are we going to do. And I'm going to see versus both ranges, like somebody who is capable of having bluffs and somebody like most players are not bluffing there. They also realize that T2 has like he's opened my big blind, chip leader's big blind, who's way aggressive and who knows how to play, who's very good in fact. So it's definitely a good spot.
A sick fold indeed.
I'm sure he'll get him like at least one page jump if all in busts. Like I like this lead if you're playing a chip EV, like when you're playing chip EV. Uh, but when you're playing versus a chip lead, yeah, this will happen a lot of times. Like versus Adi, he won't let you get away by doing this.
Classic Adi hand.
Yeah. There's so much you can learn when you play these, like when you see these players playing. Like there's so much you can take away and apply and see what's the right play. Uh,
Yeah.
so actually, we should be very thankful that IOPC is featuring and doing this live. Huh? Basically, like
Of course.
you're
It's a learning experience for us also, and like
right, exactly. Like there are a lot of spots you're not sure about, like this jack spot. I'm sure like most players are going to struggle. What's the right play here? What's the right spot?
these big names plays a treat to
Yeah,
everybody.
this is the first time Jennifer has folded small blind versus T2. Like let it go. I'll let you take one big blind this time.
Yeah. T2 Tauji is getting the वो बोलते हैं ना, he's on the right side of the coin
Yeah.
since the
And now
past
it's a
10
smooth
15
journey
minutes.
for Jennifer. I don't think
Hmm.
I really don't think like anybody can take it away from him now.
Yeah.
And he's got this massive like 4x, more than 4x actually.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
has like more than around 100 bigs.
right.
And एक के पास 20 है, एक के पास 5 and other
Yeah,
has 12 or 13.
yeah. Probably we now
There's no
there's
way
spots
Adi is not
right.
going to win this. It's
Yeah,
very
there's spots
difficult.
where we see him like jamming probably every hand. There's so much of pressure on these guys to call. They're playing for big pay jumps, and he knows it all. Like he knows it more than anybody.
Easy jam, take some back.
It'll be good to see if like, probably one of them. No one. Like the way Adi is getting hands, I don't think anybody is going to make a comeback.
That's what I was gonna say. मतलब यार hands भी ऐसे आ रहे हैं तो कैसे नहीं छिपा पोएगा बंदा यार या कैसे नहीं dominate करेगा बंदा.
No, I
Not
really
even
believe
about
in this. Like, if you do the right things, if you know the process, you also run good. Like, you
yeah.
run good, you play. And when you're playing good, and that helps, like, that just helps. I'm a big believer of this. I'm not sure if you believe in this or
And
not.
automatically you make those correct decisions
Right.
also. Those 60-40 things also. मतलब you take the correct decision that time and the most of.
All in is very short now.
Oh, yeah, Olin Paubaji needs a double up now.
Oh, and he
Probably
will, I
this
guess.
hand, but I don't think he's gonna. Okay. Ah,
Yeah, I don't
Adi
think
will call
Adi
this
is
for
calling.
sure. Yeah.
Oh, he does. And
Okay.
he lets it
मुझे
double
लगा वापस river. I was like 10, 10,
up.
10 or jack. All right. So a cute double
This
up
can
for
develop into
Pav
something.
Bhaji
Yeah.
and another jam.
Yeah, I don't see pluribus calling. Oh, he doesn't
What?
jam.
What?
This is not the. Yeah, this is this.
9 bigs? Even less
You
than that,
have
I
to
think.
get it in. Yeah, you have to get it in,
Eight and a
and you
half
have
big
to
blind.
realize that Adi is on the small blind. This is the only spot that pluribus can open from,
अब तो
and
whiskey break surely चाहिए मुझे. बस
and when
ये
you
नहीं
have
देखते.
when you have the balls to three bet a hand like ace three off, then you should know like this is a standard jam. You cannot. You have to get it in, and you have to take a flip.
Yeah. क्या हो रहा है ये?
I
मुझे
think
शर्म आ
T2
रही है
jam.
इतना
Yeah,
टाइट
T2
प्लेयर
jam. Yeah,
होके.
see, any good player will not is not folding pairs like at least 5 plus.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, you
easy
should
jam.
get it in.
Yeah.
And plus, Pluribus is somebody who's going to open. Not that he's not open at all.
I mean,
Obviously.
let's rewind that a little bit, Kanchan. What was going on in Olin Bawaji's mind that he folded silence there?
I
What
don't know.
and no better
Yeah, maybe he is.
or
All right, they chop. I think now, right now, he's just thinking
is
that
he
I'll get a
thinking about the
double
pay
up.
jump or something?
Yeah, there
Yeah,
are 3
he's just
equal
waiting.
stacks. Yeah,
Yeah,
and this is
that's
where
the only
people.
ICM is the only reason I think.
It's not ICM. It's actually you're
I
just
mean,
thinking that they're not equal actually. You're the
playing the
shortest stack.
waiting game. Ki
Yeah,
I'll wait
and
for a better hand or I'll wait for somebody to bust.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
three
doesn't
big blind
happen.
tak I'll fight. All those things is running in his mind.
Yeah, that doesn't work. Like cutoff versus button versus cutoffs, you have to jam. It's going to be a very tough spot for Pluribus to call.
Yeah, I was just gonna say whether you
Very tough.
call the jam, he let go.
8 for sure. I'm calling. I know 8 is probably my
Oh,
bottom.
that's
7, I'm not sure. And GG Pluribus, very well played.
GG.
And hard luck there, bro.
Yeah, fearless, I would say. That we spoke about that. He doesn't care about the. I mean, he knows once he gets the double up there, he's like well in contention to give Adi a fight and run for his money. So he took that.
Yeah, that's what Olin should have done there. Like he was jammed and just folded his eyes, hope that he holds it, gets a double.
It worked for Olin Pavbaji at the end of the day, any which ways. So coming back to the number 16,67,000 payday for Siddharth. GG.
GG Siddharth. GG again.
Okay.
I'm sure it was a great series for him.
पावभाजी को 4.5 लाख मिल गए.
Yeah.
He would be happy कि हाँ वो sevens बराबर कर दिया.
Yeah, he called. He held.
All right.
GG. Oh no, G. Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought.
3 में blind है.
Oh.
4 rather.
I thought he's covering him.
Hold. So not only 4.5, 17.5 if he comes second. So the difference between fourth and second is 17 lakhs. Okay.
Right.
Now it makes sense to me. वो पता है नहीं तभी वो सोच रहे ना कि मैं हार जाऊंगा तो मैं बस्ट हो जाऊंगा. अभी मैं वो फोल्ड करके मुझे 17 लाख का पेजअप मिला है.
Right. हाँ maybe. हाँ that's the thought process.
So that way you would be happy कि अरे यार फोल्ड करके देख 17 लाख मेरे को और आ गए.
He too is thinking he has.
जैसे हमारे गुंजन भाई साहब बोलते हैं बैठने के पैसे मिलेंगे. ये शॉर्ट स्टैक से भी बैठने के पैसे ले रहे.
GG Anuj, very well played and
GG Anuj, yeah.
Leaderboard as well. It was a fantastic series for him.
Full respect to you, bro. And even more respect with that Jack's fold. Sicko.
Sicko. How? This is 11, 12. I don't think this will last very long, but let's hope it does. Olin is thanking Aiden Jam, 7 said. I'm sure he's praising himself there.
Yeah, I mean, pat on the back. अरे भाई 17 पेटी आ गई 5 मिनट में.
Let's see. Oh, he does jam now. He realizes now he has to double up to at least even think that there is some hope to win. They both have diamond in hand. Should call flop versus any size. Snap call, okay. Gain some more equity. There's open ender for all in Bhaji now. And open ender for both actually.
I think Adi is just checking. I have not seen him barrel the turn much. Fine level.
But he does.
But heads up, alag hai.
Because all his diamond, one card diamond holding will fold on turn a lot unless and until you have like ace of diamond, king of diamond. That goes in pre, so he doesn't have that.
I mean, टर्न पे ही है, अगर वो पॉट लेके जाना है तो मतलब
And
रिवर पे तो
and
alright, he
he
doubles
doubles.
up.
Good. I'm very weak at when it comes to heads up. I'm not very great at it. Like I'm still struggling, trying to get better at it. And especially like when you're playing versus somebody like him, like you're anyway
Yeah.
scared. But good, he doubled. Let's please get to see some more hands.
Yeah, I mean, ऑल इन पाव भाजी इजीली तो देने नहीं वाला है मुझे, ये बात का तो एहसास हो गया अभी
No,
that he
I
is
think
not going to
heads
leave
up.
it.
No, heads up. I think he'll give it. I
Yeah.
think he will give it easy.
आखिरी बिग ब्लाइंड तक he's going to fight, I think.
And that's the right thing to do also. Like you should fight, and no matter what the skill difference is, you should never give up. Like once you give up in your head, then you're already sort of done
Yeah.
with the game. So but it's
Yeah,
easier
I
said
hope he
than
just
done.
doesn't get
Yeah,
frustrated, he just blows it up.
yeah. Like it's very easy for us to say this. Like when you're in that spot, you know there's so much of pressure. You're playing for like huge prizes. It's not.
Yeah,
It's never easy. But and he
true.
picks up some more chips. All right. If he gets one more double, actually, yeah, probably if he gets more chips, then they'll have sort of equal stats. Let's see.
Yeah,
Heads ups are very interesting. Like you have to play every hand. There is hardly any folding happening, and
true.
it actually tests your how much skill you have, like how much post flop you can think, how much, like yeah, like really does test your skill edge. Oh, he three bets.
Nice.
And they both have
Okay.
15 success board.
Oh my God. That's not a good turn for Adi.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. Like if I three bet, probably I bet flop.
I'll be surprised if there's no deuce or ace on the river. And नहीं है.
Adi has
Alright.
seen that he's three bet three four suited. He's giving someone like this is a huge information. Like when you know, like
Yeah.
lot of times you're just assuming maybe he's not going to bluff raise me. But once you see these showdowns, then yeah, there's just lot of information that you get, and I'm sure like Jennifer is capable of using every bit of information that he gets. Like a lot of times you get the information, still you can't do anything about it. You don't know how to apply it in game. But I have no doubts about. Like I have no doubts here that he will apply it on the table. Easy
So
call.
all in
Maybe.
Kawbaji is getting some momentum. We've been seeing
Yeah.
that since the past 8-10 hands now. He's chipping up
Oh
slowly,
my
slowly,
god.
slowly.
And he's making some moves.
Yeah.
He's making some moves.
But I'm sure that's not gonna matter much with Adi, and he's a very mentally sound player. And
Yeah.
I mean,
The
you say,
usual thing, like when stacks get equal, then
yeah,
you really well, definitely there's massive skill edge. There's no doubt about it. I'm sure. And there is nothing wrong accepting it also, and you should accept it. And but anything can happen again. We know the variance is there,
yeah.
and you should run good. Your hands should hold.
But now it has surely become interesting,
Yes,
nevertheless.
we've
Yeah.
actually got equal stats now. And
Mm.
I wasn't expecting that this will happen. I thought probably the heads up will not last more than 5-10 minutes. But good going all in Pav Bhaji, good going. Uh, I think, oh, all right. I thought the game has stopped and they're making the deal. All right. And every time Olin is also hitting some part of the board. Like this time, he has two pairs.
Yeah,
And I think,
that's true. He's running good also, and I mean, he's playing well equally.
yeah,
No
and he's
doubt.
also
No
taking
doubt
shots
about that. No
for
doubt
sure.
about
Like,
that.
I won't see like most players three betting 3-4 there. Like,
Mm.
and when
Yeah.
you know, like most likely you're not getting a fold, like he's going to call. It's very tough to
All
three bet
right,
this
all
much
in
of
Pav Bhaji, chip lead. After that sevens hand, chip lead, crazy 15 minutes for him, I would say. That's the beauty of poker, Kanchan. What do you say? I mean, it just takes a couple of minutes or a couple of hands to
Yeah,
turn it all around.
And that is why this game is played for money, right? We know there is skill, but at the same time there is so much of variance, and this is the difference
Yeah,
between most skill games and pokers. Like even weaker players or players probably they're not as good as you can also take it down, and
true
if it's
that.
fair day, irrespective of what the skill difference is. Uh, and we cannot complain about that. Like we should be glad. This is the reason we make money out of poker. If this was not the case, then we'd not been probably. This would have been something like chess. You don't
Yeah.
play for money. You play for the trophy. So I'm sure, like once Peter gets back, he's going to be surprised. Like what happened
Of
here?
course, of course. Peter would be, "अरे मसाला ही मसाला आ गया." Oh my God. Yeah.
Finally, with IOPC is getting over, probably we'll get some rest. And I don't think we get some rest. Like WPT, APT also starts,
Yeah.
but it's been an amazing series and not that great
How
for
is
me, but
how
still,
was your IOPC? I forgot to ask you. I mean,
uh,
मैंने तो तुझसे 2 इवेंट खेले. How
it
about
wasn't
you?
that great. It wasn't that great. Like I did grind. I mostly grind like all feature tournaments. Like it started at 6 7 in the evening, but
Nice.
not that great. Like my deepest run, I finished third in one of Wednesday Prime, I guess this week. That's all. I made, I did like made few cashes, but nothing special. So, and I also think I'm not in the right zone these days. So you have to be in the right zone. You have to be in the process. You
Talking
can
about
see.
the zone, yeah, that's probably one reason also why I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
grinding the IOPC. I mean, I
right,
wasn't playing my A game, and I'm a little saturated also with online. And
right.
when you're not playing optimal, and like you can feel it that you're not playing your A game, you're not playing properly. I ran deep yesterday in the main event also, and I spewed it eventually. So
Okay. Where
yeah,
did you finish?
I was
And you finished.
so
Oh, maybe
wow.
I'm very impressed by Paul
Nice.
All in Power Bharti. Like the he is taking
Did I just
spots.
see it? Okay.
Yeah, he raised. Oh, and we got a hand. He raised on the top. He had
Hmm.
8 dues, like no piece of the board. But
Hmm.
I guess he'll fold now.
Yeah, I guess नहीं ये तो
Yeah, no,
yeah.
जरूरी नहीं है because just because of the sizing, I think it's a good sizing. Like you should actually go bigger when you're playing heads up with your three bets. But yeah, most players don't know that you also have to call wide, and
Hmm.
I was expecting him to fold. So and he gets
And
back to
Yennefer
that
getting
premium
that
hand.
momentum back a little bit for
Right.
sure.
Momentum plays a huge role when you're playing heads up. Like if you're
Yeah.
winning pots, you are playing aggressively. You know, like you're also hitting hard.
It kind of
And so
psychs you out also after you lose 3 4 back-to-back
yeah,
pots or something. होता है momentum चाहिए होता है. That's what I feel
yeah.
heads up
And
में.
I guess that's same for all in Power Bharti. Like he made a
Mm.
comeback. Like he was almost
Yeah,
out
yeah,
of the tournament when
absolutely.
the heads up started. Like I didn't see any chance of he probably even competing. But
Yeah, neither did I, though we were like rooting for him because he
right,
wanted some masala, but ये पूरा मसाला पाव
yeah.
बन गया
I
पाव
would
भाजी
have
के
bet.
बदले.
I would have bet turn there because
Yeah.
it's just too difficult to call a bet. If Adi sizes up. Let's see if he gives up. I guess Adi will give up too. He's got showdown. Yeah. Good. Your Jaka is good enough when you're playing heads up. Like you can take that for a lot of times. So yeah,
All
IOPC
right.
that didn't really go well for me this time. I don't
It's
know
okay,
why it was
Kanchan. You're a
bad.
beast. अभी बहुत कुछ आ रहा है. Don't worry.
Yeah. I really don't like it though. I'm not very happy that APT and WPT are starting right away IOPC ends. Like you should I was expecting at
थोड़ा
least
ब्रेक
a
चाहिए
week,
ना.
yeah, a week's break. It's got very tiring and back to that series. I just feel that's little unfair for players who grind like who do this for a living. Yeah, and we get I was thinking he was good for
I think now Adi has kind of got a hold of how All In Power is
yeah,
playing, and
right.
that was a perfect check raise there.
Yeah,
He was,
that showdown with three dudes, and like
yeah,
I'm sure that has given him a lot of information. And he
correct.
is somebody who knows how to adjust. Like heads up is all about adjusting how your players are playing. You cannot play standard ABC no matter how much
Yeah.
you know. If your opponent is playing a certain way and you know, then you have to take advantage of those leaks and the way probably exploit the way he's doing it.
The 3-4 hand has given Adi a lot of position and even a
Right.
kind of a grip of what is opponent. Oh,
And
that's a
this
lovely
is
call.
this is a
I
great
was,
call.
yeah.
Like most players won't make this call, right? You sometimes start thinking I'm also blocking the bluffs without realizing like what
Yeah.
is he repping? King high
And
is
it
good
was a
enough.
good bet.
Right.
It's
It
not
was a
that it
good
was a
sizing also.
good sizing. So I was probably thinking कि हाँ ये sizing अच्छी है fold करेगा but Adi proves
No. Because when you
why.
size up, you actually repping just top pairs and two pairs, and the way action went on the flop in turn, you really can't have those hands. Or there are very bleak chances of having you those sort of hands. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, this shows like what sort of a player. Like, undoubtedly, he's the
absolutely.
best, and he didn't think like it took him like 10-15 seconds to make that decision. Like, he did not tank.
Yeah,
He knew it's a call and it's going to be a good one. Yeah.
yeah.
Now
Full
it's
respect to Adi for that call.
right.
Siko Che.
Probably all in will want to have another. Oh, he has good enough chips right now, actually.
Mhm.
I'm 30 bigs. Yeah, I like he's opening. At least he's playing every hand from the button, not letting it go. He knows how much position matters right now versus somebody like him. So, call, yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
he hits trips. Yeah, I don't think he'll get paid a lot.
Khatam.
I think raising flop. Uh, I would have raised flop honestly. Yeah, because all ace high calls, most of the flush draw calls, and
Yeah.
right, you get maximum value on the flop. And we saw like Adi raised when he had with king jack on a king high board. You know, you get the most of the most of the chips on the flop turn.
I mean,
The
most time
opponent
your
is
opponent is shutting down on the turn
right
anyway.
on turn, and anyway
Yeah.
he's in position. And yeah, I would have loved to see a raise there. And Adi would have called with king of clubs. Probably he would have called also one bet. So
Yeah.
he's playing aggressive pre-flop. He's making some moves. He's doing some like something. But value hands, you should not slow play your value hands also. This is one mistake like most
Absolutely
players play.
agree there,
Right.
Gotcha.
And once club gets there on the turn, you're also unsure. Ranges are so wide, you really don't know. Like he can definitely have a flush. You can definitely get value owned. And yeah, should have raised on the flop.
On that river flush का भी tension था ही नहीं. अरे
हाँ
flush
मतलब वो
लेके
तो
आओ.
फुल हाउस लग गया बट
लेके
हर
आओ
बार
लेके
नहीं
आओ.
लगता था
आ
तो कभी कभी
जाओ.
हो हाँ
I got shot for all in Bhawaji. I mean,
I think
momentum back with Adi considerably.
raising is also good, calling is also good. King high is good enough. Probably I would raise with my weaker gut shots, something like Jack 10 there.
Oh, I'm surprised. Flop turn पे सी bet. यार turn तक तो जाते ही है पावभाजी. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
थोड़ा
I think
अलग हो
Adi will
गया.
check
Yeah,
now.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, but
Wow.
yeah, you have to call
Wow.
with this. I'm not sure
Blocker
about this
bet.
one. Like I'm sure Adi has his reasoning, but I would have probably checked and gone for a showdown. I have a showdown there, and he can still have a flush. Sometimes people do check back their flush draws.
Yeah.
But I'm
All in
happy to
Bhawaji is
watch
chipping
this
up
heads
a
up.
little bit
Yeah,
again. I mean, who would have thought ये heads up इतना लंबा चलता है?
this is the fun about when you're watching the heads up now. You
Yeah.
people like you lose tips and you again make a comeback.
Yeah, they were equal at some point, and then again Adi got a little bit of
Right.
momentum. He got some chips again. Now again, all in Pav Bhaji is pulling it back. So मतलब tug of war हो रहा है.
Yeah. But I really like that Adi sizing up when he has top pairs, like he's sizing up. Like, these are things you should take away. Like, what I would have done, I would have again gone for like 25% bet, 30% bet, thinking it's a range. But when heads up, things change, right? You also get called by deuce, you also get called by six. So take maximum as much as you can. And let's see what sizing Adi goes for. He checks. All same hand, all in has more equity with the flush draw coming there.
He's got a bet here for sure.
Right. He should.
Fold. Yeah. Huh.
Just we'll see a jam. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
These smaller players, you
Okay.
should just let it in when they have a lot of equity, even when you get called. And it gets very difficult to play post flop with deuces, threes, fours, fives. Like, mostly you'll have an overcard on the board. And
That was pretty standard.
blinds are
All right. Snap jam.
good jam, good jam. Good jam there.
Yeah. उधर सेवेंथ फोल्ड करके अभी तो डर नहीं है ना मतलब हाँ 17 lakhs आ गए अभी ठीक है
मतलब आप तो कर भी नहीं सकते. You really can't fold pairs now. You
Yeah,
have
of course.
to go for the flip. Like मैं तो वहाँ पे भी नहीं करती, but वहाँ पे फिर भी चलो.
But
There's some logic, something to it. You really can't fold pairs.
I mean the jacks fold and the sevens fold was the hands of the day. I would say
Sevens is
the
still
sevens
not
ठीक है
surprising.
that have their
Sevens
own thought process.
Yeah, like we get the
What
thought
to-
process. Like यहाँ पे
Yeah.
only a good player can
You just
fold
wanted to
that. Like
ladder up
very
there.
good player is going to fold jacks there. Like you
Yeah.
have to be really, really. You have to understand how ranges work
And the king I call by RBI. I think that was also a basic hand.
right. Yes, you can see a lot of action on this one. Maybe not.
अभी थोड़ा चेंज हो रहा है टर्न रिवर ऑल इन पावभाजी का हो रहा है ज्यादा पहले उल्टा था आदि was the king of the river.
Yeah, I
C
like
bet
that.
and a fold.
No, he might call actually one bet. He
Wow.
raises. Good one there. All in Pav Bhaji is not scared.
That's yeah.
Anything,
He
yeah.
knows what Adi is doing and मतलब हाँ ठीक है.
Yeah, look, we can see even he's adjusting. Like even he's
Yeah.
getting okay now. Probably Adi is kind of being more aggressive and three betting and c betting.
Yeah.
So I have to take some spots.
He's surely got a hold of what Adi is going around
Right.
and बोलता है ना counter attack चालू है.
Yeah, you have to keep adjusting when you're playing heads up. What sort of stacks you have, how
Wow.
many chips you have.
An
this is
interesting
that.
hand brewing here now and okay snap fold there.
And All-in gets the chip lead.
One more
This round.
example. He didn't fear there. मतलब turn पे वापस boom and Adi snap folded. All in power is this been very impressive. This heads up, I must say.
Yeah, he's played heads up. He's been playing very,
I mean,
fairly, definitely. At
I
least
didn't
the best
understand.
part is no matter what, how he's not scared. Like he's taking spots, he's going for it. He's not doing everything right, but that's okay. You never will. And but at least I'm happy to see like nobody's playing scared money here. A lot of players just wait for a hand, even when they're playing heads up.
Pav Bhaji has clearly put a lot more masala into this final table. I see. I have missed a serious amount of action, I guess, in the course of this. And I see Pav Bhaji has made a lot of masala in this final table. Wow.
Hope to. Finally, you're back. Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
back.
He made some good moves. And he
was
made a
just talking
massive
about
fold
that.
also. Right. But
That Peter would be happy with all the masala he's seeing right now.
Well, it's fantastic. Like they say, a chip and a chair is all you need. And it seems like all in Pav Bhaji. That's Vaibhav Temani, who's done wonderfully well in this heads up. But it ain't over yet.
in fact, he's giving a decent fight to Adi. Like we didn't expect like he's going to fight and we'll see a good heads up. But definitely, like he's not giving up. He's in the zone. He's playing.
Yeah, I think just after I took a break, I was able to see one hand, which I think was sort of there was a 10-1 deficit, if I'm not wrong, when they went into heads up.
Right. He had he had massive lead.
That's pretty insane to be at
He had
this
like
stage.
6-7 big blinds, I think, if I'm not wrong.
11 bigs, I guess. They started heads up. He had 11 bigs, but it definitely he's playing very well. And
11.
Nahi
Yeah, and
Prem.
Adi had 100, correct. So 10-1 tha.
Well, Prem, I didn't have Pav Bhaji in my break, but coffee is good enough too.
Damn, Peter, now I feel like having Pav Bhaji.
I think that's going to be the meal for a lot of people this evening.
Like if all in Pav Bhaji wins, like definitely it's not an achievement that you win IOPC main. Like of course that is one thing, but you win versus somebody like Adi, who is one of the best in India. Like that gives you another happiness altogether. Like nobody can match that. Like I probably like money, of course, is going to make
just
you.
Look at him, so confidently he just check raises, booms the turn. I mean, commendable, yeah. Fearless.
Absolutely. Yeah, like action is happening. He's not taking a lot of time. Like 4-5 seconds, we see him like he does something, folds, raises, whatever he has to do, and yeah, good to see.
And our viewers on this live stream who are really enjoying all the action taking place, and rightfully said by, well, coincidentally, another Aditya. Yes, it is a beautiful heads up. We've seen some tremendous action, and yes, well worthy of the series finale, that is this IOPC crown event. Remember, 57 lakhs up top is what these players are playing for. So it's certainly not a small paycheck by any means, especially, I'd like to be blasé about the whole fact that Aditya Agarwal has won so much in the course of his live and online career, but this would be a fantastic feather in his cap. And even Vaibhav Temani, all in Pav Bhaji, he's, I can see that he won the PMVS main event on Pokerbazi for like 8.61 lakhs in December 2019. So clearly, by far, this will be his biggest online achievement yet, no matter what position he finishes in.
Did you see that sizing on the river that he went for? It was a 2x spot.
2x spot, yeah. I was just going to say River Adi again, but I wouldn't want to interrupt Peter. Yeah, but that was I think he would have got a call. Maybe if obviously हमें हाथ पता है इसके लिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ.
No, he definitely gave it a thought also. He took few seconds before he folded.
Exactly.
Well, this could be a
Maybe
very...
pot size होता तो.
And all right, there's a hand building up here.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a tough spot. What would you do,
Yeah.
Kachan? Right? I mean,
Like versus
the
all
fact
in
that
all.
he's been going out of line, he'll probably call, and all that.
And that sizing also, like he also made it good juicy
हाँ
sizing.
कि
like
मतलब
how
मुझे
he-
रैप करना भी है और ब्लफ भी हो सकता है.
हाँ.
Yeah.
And that's sometimes you're thinking now that maybe he's just sized up or probably raised because your sizing, you've gone for a smaller bet on this board. So he had everything in mind. He thought about it and he decided to go for a smaller raise there. And he gets called.
But obviously इधर queen है या कुछ भी नहीं है, दो ही चीज हो सकती है.
Yeah.
There's no two
and
ways about
two
that.
pairs, you also have to call two pairs. Like you're playing heads up, it's very tough to pair king 10 there. It's not that easy. And where the action went, so yeah, I guess we had to call.
Well, as long as we're in this last leg of the series, we might as well get that last contest question also out of the way. And here's that contest question. Which card is commonly referred to as a duck? Which card is commonly referred to as a duck? Get your answers in there with your Spartan Poker ID. And if you are one of the lucky 2 winners who are picked, then you will get a ticket into the 7 lakh guaranteed Wednesday Vibes tournament, which will be played on the 4th of August at 9:30 p.m. And remember, 4th of August is also when we have the IOPC Masters table. All the top winners from the marquee events are going to battle it out at that Masters table to be crowned the mastermind of the IOPC series. And that should be a fun table to watch as well.
Did not expect all in Pav Bhaji to have twice a stack of Adi.
But it's not over yet. I'm still backing Adi and my money is still on him.
It's quite amazing to see what momentum can actually do in these final tables. The moment he's got some chips, he's sort of changed your gear, Sanju! और कर दिया संजू ने gear change, पाव भाजी में मसाला भी डाल के चलते जा रहे हैं.
Yeah, heads up. Specifically when you're playing heads up, like momentum plays, like we discussed this, like it plays a massive, massive role. And he has got all of it. And he's putting Adi in spots, like raising here with 6-4, like hardly any equity.
I'll be really happy for all in Pav Bhaji if he wins this, and I hope he wins it because.
Yes, and he'll get that much coveted IOPC little badge next to his name if he takes down this tournament.
Peter, don't call it little. That's
yeah, well, it's मेरी तो फटती है जब मैं टेबल पे बैठ के ये सब badges देखता हूँ तो boss, I'm तो like okay, click and be done with this tournament.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest badge that you can get.
Absolutely. And the crown, of course, that diamond-studded crown and badges, and my gosh, there's also this all of these little coins. It's chocolate, so might as well pop one of these also while playing. So yeah, all that and more for the winner of this IOPC, the crown winner.
He hits a pair, all right. Yeah, there's enough showdown with ace six. So you have ace of diamonds, you can start betting on turn. Good. No need to. You're playing heads up. You're playing versus 100% range.
And if you've missed out on our second contest question, here's a reminder once again of that question. Which card is referred to as a duck? Yeah, I had to look at it actually. Which card in poker is referred to as a duck? Make sure you get your answers in there with your Spartan Poker ID. I can see a lot of people have put in some answers. So make sure if you haven't, then you get it, a chance to win a ticket into the evening of 4th August tournament, the Wednesday vibes. It's a nice turn card for Aditya Agarwal there. But no
Nutter
joy.
butter.
Not get paid.
Yeah. All right.
Both
Interesting.
have a middle pair.
I think Colin
Not
Pavwadi is
even
going to lose a
that
little
turn.
this year. That is if Adi Manapas से चोरी जो हमेशा करते आया है. He's never like missed out. Oh, okay.
And here's the answer
How
to the
much he bet?
first.
He bet 16, yeah.
And here's the answer to the first contest question that we asked you earlier at the start of this final table. Which theater in Arizona once hosted a poker game that lasted 8 years? Matlab, pichwada to full sun ho gaya hoga, boss. And the answer is, of course, the Birdcage Theater in Arizona is where this monumental game took place. And congratulations to our two winners, John 11111 and Suraj Nirwal, who are the winners of that ticket into the 6.5 lakh guaranteed, the race tournament tomorrow evening at 9:30 p.m. Congratulations to our winners. And there's still a chance to get into one last contest question. Which card is known as a duck in poker? So get your answers in there. And yes, to answer one of our viewer questions, winners are selected randomly.
Sorry to interrupt, Peter. This is a big hand and all in on a call. And all in Pav Bhaji ships it.
Wow. Boy, just like that, we've come to the end of this crown tournament.
It's unbelievable.
It just kept getting better for Pav Bhaji.
That was magnificent. What a fantastic show by All in Pav Bhaji. Certainly the most favorite of all the nicknames that we've seen at this final table. And he goes on to win it. Vaibhav Temani is the winner of this crown event, the main event of the IOPC. 57 lakh rupees for that first place finish. And wonderfully well played by one of the leading lights of Indian poker. That's Aditya Agarwal playing as Yennefer, finishing in second place for a prize pay of 33.2 lakhs. So well played to both the heads-up players. Zarwan, Kanchan, let's take a look at, I think, one of these key hands that sort of, set things in motion. Let's have a look at this hand. On the button, getting the King Jack of Diamonds, and both players getting in there.
This was the second or third hand, I think, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, this was the second hand, yeah. And this was a pretty standard hand. Like, he had 10 bigs, have to jam, and he has to call with King Jack there. But this definitely set the momentum for him. Like, that's where he gave chance for him to come back.
I think just prior to this hand, he was just struggling to remain, afloat, so to speak. And then getting over that 1 crore mark was just the tipping point, I guess.
He folded sevens for like 10 bigs versus pluribus from button. So we could see like he's trying to get a double up. Once he's back, probably then he's going to pull the trigger. And that, he did. Like, he definitely did that.
I remember I was even saying, "Arey 17 lakh lock kar diye by folding sevens, but not 17. I have to see how much."
57 lakhs.
57 minus 16. Pure 41 lakhs. My bad.
Wow. Well, that was some fantastic play by all of these players. Let's take a quick look at all of these players who have finished in the money in this crown main event, where you have in 8th place, we had Vinay Rajpal playing as Peep Peep Amajip. Definitely one of those cute nicknames that we saw at this table. 5.56 lakhs for Vinay. Then you had Mayank Jaggi playing as Keep Hustling, with 6.65 lakhs for 7th place. Ankit Bajaj on my Mac playing and finishing up in 6th position for 8.79 lakhs. The unknown Guru player who finished for a payday of 12.57 lakhs. And Siddhanth Kriplani, pluribus, one of those players who we thought would really go deeper than he did, given the stack that he had. But Siddhanth fell just short, finishing in 4th place with 16.67 lakhs. And T2 Tauji, Anuj Yadav, who sealed the deal as far as IOPC the leaderboard is concerned. He got a payday of almost 21 lakhs. And yes, the final two players that we saw in action, a fairly extended heads-up action. Yennefer, that's Aditya Agarwal, finishing in runner-up for 33 lakhs. And our winner, the winner of this crown main event at the IOPC, Web of Temani, playing as All in Pav Bhaji, winning a sum of 57 lakhs for that win. He's got a diamond-studded gold crown as well accompanying that, along with the treasure chest, a scroll of honor, the diamond-studded gold badge of honor, and lots more other goodies that are coming his way. So congratulations to Vaibhav. We're going to try and get into a call with him, but just a quick thought to this final table. First of all, Zarwan, great to see like a longish heads up also. We've been cribbing a little about that कि यार heads up देखने नहीं मिल रहा है वगैरह वगैरह. So, that is something that we were quite excited about. I also want to take us back to, I'll come back to that. I just want to take us back to the second hand that we're seeing on the screen now, where he had Queen Deuce and against Yennefer's King Den. And of course, the king hitting there.
Yes, and this was a pretty good hand. Like, probably it was a good decision for him to what sizing to go for on the river. It's not that easy to decide, should I just jam? I have the nuts. A lot of people end up jamming, but they don't realize that you don't get called. Even two pairs fold if you jam there. So that sizing actually plays a very major role if you want to get, if you want to have some more chips. Yeah, like a lot of people probably would not jam, but race for very
jam is too big, I would say. But people tend to get greedy and, max value ke chakkar mein they miss the value what he got right now.
You have to see
this is the perfect example.
Exactly. Probably he can go a little more bigger, but the sizing also works and definitely makes.
And again, as our co-commentators have mentioned before, there were some instances where, Vaibhav sort of, he got on that momentum. He had things going his way. But to make sure that you are, on the button, so to speak, and be aware of the situation, be aware of the circumstance, and still following through. Like I said earlier, the heads-up action that we witnessed has been really fun to watch because you had, such a big name in Aditya Agarwal playing in this final table and true to his reputation, made it to heads up. But just a little better was Web of Temani in this one.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, I'm so thrilled and even I'm out of words also the way he played the heads up and kind of got boring a little bit at the end stages, but it was so much fun and it's hats off to All in Pav Bhaji the way he played Adi and the way he adapted and it was perfect. It was a beautiful heads up.
Yes, so, beautiful heads up.
It's still tough for me to believe that I heads up. It's not that easy to digest, but very well played All in Pav Bhaji and good luck.
And very well deserved also, I must say.
Well, y'all can tell that to him in person. We're going to try and get our winner, Web of Temani, on a call. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be back right after this.
This game has an element of financial risk and may be addictive. Please play responsibly and at your own risk.
And we're back here at this monumental final table of the IOPC Crown main event, where we've just had the end of play, and the winner of this main event is Vaibhav Temani, who we have on call right now. Vaibhav, welcome to the live stream, and many, many congratulations for what has been, for us, a really great final table to watch. And it was an even more interesting heads up, given where you started from 10-1. What an amazing feat. And my co-commentators wholeheartedly agree. So many, many congratulations, Vaibhav.
Thanks a lot, Peter. Thanks a lot. It means a lot to me because obviously I haven't cashed this big ever. So I've never even made FT of such a big tournament. Looking back at, and also thanks for Kanchan and, for commentating. I was just going through.
अरे जरवान को मत भूलो यार. उसने भी
I forgot his first name. That's why I didn't want to take the second name.
Don't worry, man. When you come back to play live, I'm sure Zarwal will bring this up to your notice for sure.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So thanks, Zarwan and Kanchan. So I was just rewatching the stream, and yeah, there were a few spots, there were a few mistakes. I actually started off pretty jittery, to be honest. Like that 8-2 off. Now that I look back, it was really a very bad 3-bet. Like I could have found a gazillion hands to do that with, but not that one. But yeah. After I got like 5th, I was like, okay, now the deal is sealed. I don't need to worry about anything. But I was still sticking with the ICM implications, and more or less the seconds, like I was the last, right? When there were 5 or 4 stacks left.
Mm-hmm.
The guy just above me was always within a distance of 2x, right? And ICM theory with such high pagums generally say that you got to play tight, and like you can't call and rejam very light, which is not the situation in chip EV, right? So I was just following that, trying to, like if people are opening from early positions, then I can even fold a lot of stuff. But if they are like opening button, then I can rejam pretty wide from small blind or big blind. I didn't get such a situation. There was one hand pocket 7s that I folded, and that was a tough fold, honestly. I mean, chip EV, I'm never making that fold even 15 or 20 big blinds. But it just felt like that. I don't remember who opened, but his stack and his range versus Yennefer in small blind just looked like me that he's not like folding 80% of his open. He's more of or less like folding 40% or 50%. And against that range, at best, I'm flipping.
Right.
And like I don't have much equity, right? And the guy who the guy next to me was like 4 or 5 big blinds, just like more than me. So I thought, okay, let's fold this. I would rather open jam this hand.
वैभव एक बात बोलूं?
हाँ.
आप जो भी बोलो आज, जो भी बोलो, you want to say that the sun rises in the west. आज आपका दिन है, sir. You have just nailed it. So there is no problem whatsoever. A lot of that jargon just flew over my head, but I think wonderfully played.
All the respect to intervention. मैंने उनको बीच में troll भी किया था by saying that like I was 2-10, 1-5 or 2-4 somewhere.
You were 1:10. 1:10.
I just trolled him in the chat saying like कि आप deal कर लो because I'm very good at giving beats, and he didn't respond. But yeah, all respect to him. Obviously, he's one of the top poker players in India, and we've all grown up and learned and followed his journey. So yeah, it was an intense heads up. I was just trying that, I would not make him, let him dominate, because I know once he get to those turns and rivers where he's in position, he can put a lot of what do you say, pressure on me. And my strategy was to, check back a lot, reach a lot of turns and showdowns. Meanwhile, also check raising flops here and there with or without equity, just keep him balanced, sort of that he can't exploit me and have his way. And that somehow worked. I ran well as well. Like now I see those hands, a lot of turns and rivers. I got those 1 pairs, and that didn't go well for him. But yeah.
Well, you came up on the right side, man. So there's more than I can say right now.
Right side.
I mean, we're running out of time here on the broadcast, but a quick shout out to my co-commentators. Kanchan, would you have any questions that you want to, or any spots that you want to sort of ask Vaibhav about? Kanchan, I think we cannot hear you. No, we still can't hear you. All right, we'll fix that audio issue. Zarwan, any questions from your end?
Yeah, congratulations, Weber. We're
Thanks,
really
Zarwan.
happy the way you played the heads up. I mean, it was a treat to watch you play. Yeah. Like I'm lost of words, to be honest.
Thanks a lot,
Nobody really
Zarwan.
expected that comeback, but you deserved it thoroughly. I must say that. And yeah, one more question I wanted to ask was about the seventh hand only, which you in fact spoke about it also,
Mhm.
Peter. Right now, what was your thought process there? I mean, I think you had 7 big blinds or so, and you spoke about ICM also. So probably you were thinking, yeah, either say pay jump was in your mind that time. That was the priority, I would assume.
Definitely, it was a priority. I was
Yeah,
not thinking about winning the tournament with those
yeah,
lot
yeah.
sizes.
Rightly so.
But I
We
had done some
Hmm.
ICM simulations this morning, and I found that even with 8 to 9 big blinds, like there is a lot of equity. Like there's not
Mhm.
a big gap in ICM dollar EV. So I just
Yeah.
wanted to preserve my stack. Maybe it was not the right hand to do that with. Maybe I should have jammed that. But it's just that the opening range was not loose enough for me to, think that okay, if I rejam and he folds 80% of his range, I still
Mhm.
get that to
Yeah.
tolerate. I was like that guy who opened. He was opening more. He was
Yeah.
already opening very tight, and so if I rejam sevens, he's calling more often, and I don't get that much equity. So that was the thought process. In
If
hindsight,
I'm not
obviously, it's a very young
mistaken,
player.
yeah,
Mhm.
Pluribus had opened, and you were on
From
button,
cut
I
off.
think, from cutoff Europe. Yeah, he was on button,
Right.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, he was. You can hear me now. That's great.
Yes, welcome back,
Welcome
Kanchan.
back, Kanchan.
All right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
in the middle of the stream also, I was saying, oh my God, itna lakh aur aage. Okay, okay, now 17 lakhs more locked. And after you shifted, I said, Arey bhai, ye to 41 lakhs more locked ho gaye after the seventh hand.
Yeah. For a minute, I couldn't believe it. Like, it was just unbelievable. Because not because you're not good, because we know how good Adi is. Like, because of that. But congratulations, big payday, and really happy for you, man. Like, you really took some spots. You did some spots that I wasn't expecting, but definitely worked your way. And congratulations once again.
Thanks a lot. I know
A
you
perfect
referenced
And
me
counter
too.
attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it
Thanks a lot.
from our winner, Web of Temani, who played as our favorite ID of the night, All in Pav Bhaji. He is the winner of the IOPC main event. The crown champion is Web of Temani. Takes home 57 lakhs for that win. And of course, he will get a seat into 4th August IOPC Masters table, and that should be a fun tournament as well. We will bring you a live stream of that event. But it's safe to say that this has been a phenomenal IOPC series. I've just been given stats. There's been 1.26 lakh entries in this series who have taken part across IOPC July 2021. And from the 32 crores that was there in guarantees, it has crossed and been crushed by an additional 2.1 crores. So a phenomenal series for everyone who took part, everyone who's made the money. And of course, the action's not over yet. We will see you at the IOPC Masters table on the evening of the 4th. It's time to say goodbye. But before that, I'd like to say thank you for your participation and being part of all the fun to all our viewers. And of course, my co-commentators, Sarwan Tamboli and Kanchan Sharma. Thank you so much for being a part of the live stream. And we will see you on the evening of the 4th of August for that last Masters table. So make sure you come back and be a part of that final leg of action. Till then, it's goodbye from me, Peter Abraham, and the rest of the production team here. We will see you on the other side.